It is Thursday, September 11th, and it is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3, and plenty to talk about, as always, in the world of professional wrestling and just the world in general. Kawhi Leonard is skipping out on more appearances, but still getting paid money by a company that doesn't actually exist, who laid off employees, and then they still paid Kawhi Leonard. What kind of WWE ass logic is this? Let's cut a bunch of people, but now we're gonna pay $5 million to Brock Lesnar to return. That's how. What's the of? I was gonna call it affliction. Is what I was gonna call this company that does not actually exist. This tree company that doesn't exist in Los Angeles. SP3, how you doing?
Oh, you're saying that the Clippers are bad people. Color me surprised. It's not like they had a TV show that could have told us it with bad lifetime actors. But yes, I am here.
Aspiration. That's the name of the group. Aspiration. They're
Aspire.
aspiring. They're
Aspiring.
they're aspiring to pay Kawhi Leonard and nobody else.
We appreciate y'all. It is Thursday morning, September 11th. Of course, all those who remember this day want to think about all those that we lost on this day, and of course, if it is a day that's close to you, our thoughts and prayers out to you and your family and yours. But we're here to make you smile. We're here to have a good time. We're gonna talk about some AEW Dynamite as the streak continued. It's too bad that they're not going to just stay at 2300 Arena. Honestly, we've had a good 3 weeks where I'm like, I don't want to go now. You're messing with the formula. Formula is hot. 2300 Arena crowd and a good show of good wrestling, and we got another one of those last night with a big noteworthy storyline moment, as you see in the title. Daniel Garcia finally after 3 years finally joins up with the former Blackpool Combat Club. He is the newest member of the Death Riders. We'll talk about that from last night's show. We'll talk about Hangman Adam Page and Kyle Fletcher going face to face. Great promo exchange they had. Is Kyle Fletcher ready for the main event of All Out, as well as Hangman and Josh Alexander having a banger of an opener last night. The Young Bucks have been doxxed on national TV. Disgusting, but that was I was like, honestly, when I saw the entrance last night, I was like, that's it. That's all. That's the only thing that I was like, there was nowhere else to go. We finally had a storyline reason for a money match. So, like, we got two things in one. We got the culmination of the bum ass Bucks storyline. We got a culmination of the money matches all in one in last night's main event, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about one of the craziest street fights that we've seen in recent memory, with staples going in places that I can't say in the opening 5 minutes of the show, and we're gonna talk about that on today's show. But yeah, a lot to talk about, and of course, there's some big news in the wrestling world. I don't know if you've known this, but I'm gonna let you know a secret. I'm gonna whisper it to all of y'all out there. WWE is not good people.
Oh.
And they don't care about perception. Because WrestleMania looks like it's going to be headed to Saudi Arabia in 2027, WrestleMania 43. We'll discuss that on today's show as well. So a lot for us to get into, Jeremy. Oh, and I forgot the main event. Of course, we got to talk about the main event. It's on the headline. That should be the headline every Thursday. It should be just one simple thing.
No viewers.
Welcome to the C-Suite, baby. It's C-Suite day. We're going to talk about LFG, getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's down to playoffs starting this coming Sunday. So we'll talk about the last show of the regular season before we get into the playoffs. And we got to talk about Evolve, because we had an Evolve Men's Championship matchup on last night's show.
I do think I need to be better about cutting the C-suite and putting that up as a weekend video so people can see that Evolve and LFG get reviewed somewhere. It might actually do like niche numbers because people are like, here we go. We have someone who's willing to watch Evolve and LFG. It might actually do bigger numbers than I suspect it would. So I do think I need to get better about cutting that. Now Joel's got to make an Evolve and LFG thumbnail every week, which is really the biggest part of this bit and rib is Joel having to make one of these thumbnails. Folks, we're also scheduled to be joined by Tara Callaway at 11 o'clock. She is the wife of Jeff Cannonball, who is diagnosed with ALS. They got the big Cannonball Fest event September 14th. That is this Sunday. That event airs live on YouTube. Everybody can watch it for free. Everyone can donate to I believe there's a GoFundMe set up to donate to Jeff Cannonball. There's also an auction that's up on Joey Janela's Twitter. We also have an article up on Fightful. There's items from Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin, Danhausen, Brody King, Janela, Ava and Joe Gacy donated a Schism. Remember them? Signed Schism mask. I said Megan Bain, Joey Janela. All of them donated items that you can bid on. And Terra Calaway's book, My Dad is a Wrestler, that you can get that book, and again, all the money goes to them to help Jeff Cannonball in his fight against ALS. So Tara will be joining us at 11 o'clock today, so we'll have stuff to talk to her about as well. Am I in the Don Callis family? What's that a bit about?
I don't know.
Maybe Richard will clarify. Tell them leave a thumbs up on the video, everybody. My thumbs, like, I'm because I pushed my screen back, and so my mic is now here, so people can see.
I know you sound much closer to the mic.
Yeah. Joel yelled at me, not really, but Joel yelled at me yesterday because I used to have my mic just off to the side because that's where I liked having it. So I would either lean over here, or I would just have to project a little bit more. But we decided to move the mic here, which means pushing my screen back. So now the thumbs up, my thumbs don't look like they're right on top of the video. My abnormally giant thumbs that I have. I was killed in the thumb wars. We got look at this. Holy shit, we're glitching out with the pyro and the subliminal message.
Thumbs up and pyro and everything going on. Everything.
I used to kill in thumb wars as a kid. People were like, why the fuck are your thumbs so big? I was like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Because I always had the strategy. I would hold a link like that as well, so you get like some distance. Because some people you want to grip like that, so you're closer up. But no, I like to use range.
You had a technique.
A technique. I'm like a good boxer out here. Jab a little, get them.
You need that space.
That range.
You had the reach. You had the reach advantage.
Exactly. Then my thumb is so long, I could just easily swoop in and get them. Mm-hmm. I used to kill people at the thumb wars as a kid. All right. Are we gonna get into wrestling immediately? We don't need to.
I don't know. I'm not used to us immediately getting into wrestling. Well, we usually shoot the crap about basketball or TV. Did you watch the new South Park? The one from last week? Not last.
The one from last week. Yes, I did watch last week. I was wondering what they were gonna do last night, but there was no new episode last night.
They're doing it like every other week because they're only
it's
doing
lame as hell.
6 episodes.
They
only do 6 episodes because of the whole deal that they had with Paramount.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this every other week nonsense. But I did watch last week's episode. It was very funny, and someone in our chat mentioned it that day. It might have been Volub, but when we had Corbin on, he was talking about the lububs, whatever the hell those things are called.
Labubu.
Yeah.
It's freaking possessed. I'm not getting my daughter any labubus. It's a wrap for that.
I've still not seen one in person. I still don't know what these things look like, or I've seen the pictures. But I don't know what they're supposed to be. We used to have
stuff like that. It's like a beanie baby, I guess you can say.
But it's like a demented one. Yeah.
No, it's like a thing that hangs that you can hang it from your book bag and stuff like that. It's demonic. Demonic. You should be ashamed of yourself, Henry, if your daughter and your wife have one. Ashamed of yourself. They should not be having one, or at least don't get them the super, super rare. Don't get them the super, super rare.
Our kids haven't fully gotten into those, Yeah, at least they haven't like been begging for him. Like, I gotta get a Labubu. I gotta get a Labubu. I was like, I don't know what these things are. Henry's the daughter has one that's holding a Coke. Man, so the Labubus do drugs as well.
That's
actually pretty sweet.
awesome.
Yeah,
That actually convinced me that I should accept this.
How much is the Coke Labubu? I actually want this one now for myself.
I need a Coke Labubu. Can I get a Coke Labubu? What are you talking about? A baby who does Coke. That's what I'm talking about. Please and thank you.
$35? Never mind. I must have been $35 on this thing. That was funny in the South Park episode with I forget his name, but the City Walk. Yeah,
City Walk, yeah. He kept raising the price.
The terrace, yeah.
I pay terrace. No, I don't pay terrace. You pay terrace.
Like, no. He's like, it was $80 yesterday. He's like, yeah, but the tariffs, they $100 now. I don't gotta pay the tariff. You gotta pay the tariff.
You gotta pay the tariff. Oh my God, he got me the super rare. We're gonna go do it. Why is it always Butters is they make these references to him having sex? They always do this to Butter.
I like how they called Red just Red because she has red hair. It's like when they call Token, which is maybe Tolkien and not Token. Yeah, it's very funny that they just like, oh, she got red hair. She didn't call her Red. Like, all right, sure.
Hey, I like it, Red. I like the way Butters says her name, Red.
If you get them from the Pop Mart shop, they're $20 to $25. All right, I've not.
Those are the cheap ones. Those are the knockoffs.
We have a pop-up store. I think it is called like Pop Smart up the street from us, but we haven't been in a while. I assume they might have them there. I don't know. A little boo-boo character in Ring of Hallucination. We can pull that off. We could easily pull that off. Yeah. I'm for that.
Have someone be named Labubu Lane. Labubu Lane.
Oh, you need a Lacey Lane to play that character? You think she'd go for it?
Why not? Let's do it.
She was on ROH last night, so
yeah, she could come to the real ROH. You could play Labubu Lane.
Labubu Lane. She just goes around with her Labubu doll and just puts curses on people. That seems like something.
And then she becomes demonic. Like when it's time, like the whole Mariah May and Jordan Grace storyline, where she made her bleed. Now she's the woman from hell.
Yeah, we could Big Labubu Ben Bishop.
Might be on to something.
We should get Bishop back on the show and be like, what do you think of this Labubu? Ben Bishop he'd kill an ROH. He's probably for all of these ideas. Half of these ideas, he's probably like, yeah, that sounds amazing. He's gonna pitch our own shit with ROH. We don't need a Labubu championship. We don't need all that.
No.
That's too much. We just need a character. Yeah.
That's too much.
The titles are
we'll put anyway. If they want to sponsor Ring of Hallucinations, we'll put their logo on the tables.
Could you imagine if we got a Labubu sponsorship? ROH?
Rolling in the money.
Henry's selling me a little bit. Every time you retain, you add a Labubu. All right, you're selling me a little bit more on this, but I still think we could just do like a Labubu character. And then...
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. It's a Labubu character, Lacey Labubu, and when she beats somebody, let's say she beats Billy Starks, she turns Billy Starks into a Labubu, and then so we got a Billy Starks Labubu doll that Lacey Labubu walks around. She's got like a backpack, and so all the Labubus are like hanging from her backpack, and then she's got Labubus inside of her backpack as well. So we never see Billy Starks again. We got to rebrand Billy Starks as somebody else. But she could just pull out the Billy Labubu out here. And she just pull that out. And we're going to treat it like Pokemon as well.
Yeah.
You can just like throw
and
the
then the lights
go
off, and then the toy
Billy Starks.
turns into Billy Starks.
Yeah. That's how it works.
That works.
All right.
That works.
All right, we're workshopping
It's
out
a
here.
whole story. It's a whole story of freaking like Athena actually has grown to love Billy, and she has to save Billy, so she has to win a match to make Billy not a Labubu anymore. But if she loses, she also becomes a Labubu, the fallen Labubu.
I like this. We're workshopping here. We got good stuff here. We got stuff. Oh, Ryan says you're missing Primer to me. Hook said he's not alone. He shows up with the Boo Boo wrestlers and starts a faction. We had Hook in ROH yesterday. Joel pitched Hook being in ROH, and I forgot his exact pitch. Joel will have to remind me, assuming he's still in the chat. What? Yeah, Athena gets her minions. She gets like the actual like Despicable Me minions. Yeah. So we get the minion battle against the Labubu's. It'll be like that. What was that? Jerry Lawler against Shawn Michaels. No, the Doinks. Sorry, Jerry Lawler against the Doinks. Yeah, Jerry Lawler had like the the
Jesters.
The Mini Kings, and Doink had the Dinks, all the Dinks. So we'll do minions against Labubu's, and that way we can do that. Oh, that's what it was. He was eating a bunch of shrooms. That was the pitch for Hook. Hook wasn't eating chips. He was just taking a bunch of shrooms. This is good stuff here.
Y'all want this man to go get sick or something? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, because I told the story of my roommate in college had a seizure at a grocery store because he ate too many shrooms, and like his girlfriend and friend called me.
Happens.
I was like, I've known this dude for like 2 weeks. What are you calling me for?
Like, I barely know the guy. I don't even know his last name.
Yeah, we were roommates not by choice. Like, you just get paired up as a freshman with whoever you get. And so that's who I got. He's again, cool guy, nice guy, but he did a bunch of drugs, and one of them was shrooms, and he had a seizure in a grocery store. I was like, all right. So yeah, Hook's just gonna eat a bunch of shrooms, and we'll see how that goes for him. I need a fake review after show for this fake promotion. Oh man.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. We book it and then we do the after show as well.
It would be very funny trying to do like a fake review for this, as we're just like, because obviously the show doesn't exist. So me and SP3 and Joel and whoever are just trying to like, we're creating the fake stories and we're just riffing off of each other because we don't know what actually happens.
It's basically like whose line is it anyway? Like you can't like adjust anything that the other person said. You just have to add on to it, and then like
this is actually a really good idea. All right, let's see if we can get some time.
I think this should be the bit. It should be every either every Tuesday and Wednesday, or every Tuesday and Friday, because sometimes Friday I don't have much to talk about.
Tomorrow we're gonna talk about like Saudi show tomorrow.
So you'll talk about Ring of Hallucinations.
No, I want to do this as like a standalone show to just put on there. Is that even like part of In the Weeds? In the Weeds is where we just come up with like the different booking ideas and whatnot, but we're gonna do like a standalone. Or we're going to put in the headline, like, ROH Episode 1 review. And people are like, yeah, let's see what they have to say about ROH. We're going to tell you, what was the first ROH show called? It was something like...
ROH on HD Net?
No. The
Honor Lives?
It was an Honor Lives. First ever ROH show. Like, when they were just doing events. The era of honor begins. All right, so we're going to do ROH, the era of hallucinations begins. Review.
We're just gonna do different. Yeah, we're just gonna do different names, but very similar names.
Yeah.
Glory Hole of Glory Hole.
That might get us kicked off.
By hallucinations.
That might get us kicked off. I don't know if we can do Glory Hole.
No, you put Glory Hole with a W. Glory Hole.
Oh, with a W. Okay.
Of hallucinations.
All right.
Glory Hole lot of hallucinations.
We're gonna name the shows after actual ROH shows, so people will be like, what is this? And then maybe they'll just click out of nowhere. Our thumbnails are gonna be insane. You ever see like some of these thumbnails? Hold on. I'm gonna actually pull these up because some of these thumbnails are so fucking insane that they have on YouTube. So I search for things. I just search for like WWE interviews, so I can try to find like interviews that you know haven't been listened to and everything. All right, I'm gonna pull up.
Death
I say
Before
some of these
Detox is really good. That's a really good name. Death Before Detox.
Death Before Detox. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that one. All right, let me pull up some of these. I need to get the outrageous looking thumbnails. Like they got like fat Ronda Rousey on some of these. I'm not joking either. Like but they try to make them like look real and everything. Yeah, I don't know if people have seen these. All right.
No, it's not Final Bottle or Final Battle. It's Final Binger.
Final
Binger.
Okay.
Final Binger. That's where we have the Final Binger match. Whoever can take the most drugs in 60 minutes wins.
We're gonna have to do a fight without hallucinations. That's the blindfold match where they don't do the drugs and everything, but fight without hallucinations, just a straightforward. That's the Pure Rules style match. I'm actually not getting as many outrageous thumbnails as I typically do.
Well, that's good. At least that's good, right? I guess.
Nah, it's funnier when I get like the completely outrageous thumbnails because that's what our thumbnails are gonna have to be. Like they're gonna have to be, you know, like really okay. All right, let me share my screen here. All right, folks. Everybody sees these. Like, look at this one. This one with the Rock and the Indian female.
Whoa! What the hell?
Absolutely outrageous thumbnails that people have. Here's I don't know who this is. John Cena versus Super Sarah is a thumbnail. These multiple Finn Balor's
versus battling. Super Sarah.
Yeah, these are the thumbnails that you can like come across. These are the thumbnails that like we gotta create for. Here we go. Look at this Brock Lesnar versus Val Brack. It's Walter Goggins. Sure. Yeah, they have some. Yeah. They have some with like. Hold on, I'm sure I could search like a Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed because they got some crazy like Roman Reigns ones where he's like chained up. Hold on.
Whoa! Really?
What?
Chained up. That's.
Yeah. Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed. Like I'll get like these are all like WWE official ones, but then you'll get like the crazy ones with where they have like Roman, like here we go, like Roman in a hospital with Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose meets Roman Reigns in hospital after Clash in Paris. AI was the worst thing that happened in wrestling thumbnail.
There we go. This is a good one. Look at Roman on the crutch with Braun Breaker in the ring. Everything. These are the kind of AI thumbnails. See, this segment never happened. Roman and Bronson Reed fighting backstage.
Look at Roman Reigns brutally attack Braun Breaker in the hospital.
Absolutely insane. So these are the type of AI thumbnails we're gonna have to create. A lot of people going with this Roman on the crutch.
Yeah, apparently they had an ambulance match. If you were just for Old Class, they had an ambulance match too. Yes.
All right, so that's the kind of crazy AI thumbnails we're gonna need for Ring of Hallucinations. I'm not paying for YouTube Premium. I'm not paying for YouTube. How much is YouTube Premium?
We gotta draft our Ring of Hallucinations roster.
Yeah, those videos get crazy amounts of views because it's all, I'm pretty sure, like just coming from India, and India does insane numbers. So yeah, that stuff gets crazy amount of views. These are the kind of thumbnails we got to create for
Ring of Hallucinations.
Yeah. Get ready, Joel. Get ready to create these thumbnails for our ROH reviews. Lacey Lil Boo Boo with her La Boo Boo collections. out there.
We're gonna have so many references to celebrities just so we can put celebrities in the headline.
The way we're gonna do these reviews is we're gonna have to have like at least like a rundown of what happened. So we're not like too off the wall. That way we have some coherentness to our fake promotion that's all about drugs and money. So we'll have like a rundown, and then we just go off of the rundown, and then whoever wins is just up to whoever we're feeling that day, and whoever says who wins with everything. Yeah, this is actually a great idea. Shout out to
I think it is.
I want to make sure I give you proper credit for your fake Florida trash. I need a
Florida
fake review
trash.
after this after show for this fake promotion. Thank you, Florida Trash, for coming up with our fake review show for Ring of Hallucinations.
Florida Man and Florida Trash. People you can count on.
Guys, leave a super chat. I don't think I've even said that. I said that we did the thumbs up bit, but leave a super chat, get your question, comment, statement read on the air. As you know, if this is your first time here, though, we're very interactive with the chat. We appreciate just all the comments, but if you leave a super chat, that helps us out. That helps people like myself, not really me, but helps people like SP3 and Joel out with this stuff. Louis taking credit for this idea. Was it Louis?
Oh, okay.
It's a team effort, everybody. Ours is better than yours. In the words of Oklahoma City Thunder head coach legend Scott Brooks, ours is better than yours. So we're all a team here. All right, everybody.
Scott Brooks, legend. Yeah.
I still quote the ours is better than yours. Me and Sammer will just he actually helped me out on he speaks Arabic. So the Crown Prince did his, or the advisor to the Crown Prince did his video yesterday doing the WrestleMania, and people like misdid the translation because they just did whatever the post was, or who knows how they're translating it. But I sent it to Sammer because he speaks the language, and I was like, can you translate this for me? He's like, yeah. So I got a legit translation, not some AI bullshit. I give him an author credit on Fightful too, so he's actually a Fightful credited author. So he gave me a legit translation on it, and I was like, appreciate it. And he wrote back in Arabic, ours is greater than yours. And he's like, that's translated for ours is better than yours. So I was like, oh, thank you. Yeah, we always use that joke of ours is better than yours. Like, Scott Brooks was ahead of his time, man. Ahead of his time. All right?
Iconic coach.
All right, let's
Him
get
and Billy Donovan.
No, Billy Donovan's not an iconic coach. Scott Brooks at least gave us some, moments with ours is better than yours, and just he at least got us to a finals. He started Kendrick Perkins in the finals, but he got us to a finals at the very least. Billy Donovan blew a 3-1 lead and gets no slander for it. Not enough slander, anyway. Not enough slander.
Sure.
Yeah, how's Billy Donovan working out for those Chicago Bulls there, Louis?
Not so well for those Bulls, but nothing's gone well for the Bulls in the past, 27 years.
Yeah, Derrick Rose season, that's about it.
And then that went up in smokes like 2 years later.
Billy Donovan is an iconic college coach. I will give you that. Florida head coach Billy Donovan, very good. NBA head coach Billy Donovan, not as great. Not as great. But he paved the way to Mark Daniel and the current iteration of the Oklahoma City Thunder. So thank you to Billy Donovan for not wanting to be part of the rebuild and feeling that the Chicago Bulls were a better opportunity for you. You weren't wrong, but thank you.
Thank you, Billy.
I'm not going that far.
All right, let's talk some wrestling. WrestleMania.
Before we talk wrestling, you know what we need to do?
Okay.
SP3?
What do we need to do?
I gotta pop my dick, man.
We gotta pop our dicks, SP3, to get ready for wrestling.
Take my hand. I've listened to it like so many times to be like, all right, did I hear neck on that one? No. Did I hear neck on this one? No.
Neck.
I did hear it. You listen to it enough time, you'll start to hear it try to sound like neck. But nah, if you listen to it once, it's will pop my dick, man. I can't stop laughing. Like every time you would play that, I would be laughing because it's so hilarious. Good. It's so Booker T too.
Booker T would be our ROH announcer if we could, secure him.
We could pick anyone in the world. Yeah. It would be Booker T, Bryan Danielson, and probably Nigel McGuinness.
Bryan Danielson I don't like 3-man boost. I'm not doing 3-man boost. But Bryan Danielson on drugs doing these shows with Booker T doesn't need drugs. He's just Booker.
He doesn't need drugs. No. I don't think Bryan needs drugs to talk about dicks.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man.
He just wants to talk about dicks all day.
Booker T would love silly wrestling if he's getting paid to cover it. Let's be honest. I mean, we know that. We know that he's all for it if he's getting paid.
He's getting paid to insult it. So, oh my bad. I wasn't supposed to say that. My bad.
Harley Cameron's would be like part of the ROH like crew. She's too good for commentary. She's honestly going to be one of our main stars. For honest, like
woman's champion right there.
Yeah, Harley Cameron's a staple in ROH because she can carry segments by herself as well. She can do like concerts and everything when you need her to. Anything you need Harley Cameron to do. Doing puppets. Anything you need out of Harley Cameron.
Every time Harley Cameron come out, Booker's just gonna go, I will pop my dick, man.
Hey, could you imagine if we had like Vacker and Queen Aminata and they're doing the Devil's Kiss and the Chocolate Kiss at the same time?
He's like, oh, pop my dick. Oh, pop my dick. He's like, Chucky, Ducky, quack, quack, pop my dick.
Booker might explode. Take that however you want. Booker might legitimately explode if we double booked that spot.
Could we do it under our announce table right now?
Could we do a human centipede of kisses? Although we had the same idea, yeah.
Jesus, maybe you could. Probably could.
I don't know how that would work. I mean, I know how
it would have to be Aminata giving the chocolate kiss to somebody, and then Vaquer gives the devil's kiss to Aminata.
I don't know, because Aminata, maybe that could work. You got to like really sync up on that. Because because one person's face is like going forward, but their knees also have to like go up and down. Yeah. So whoever's the middle person there is going to be tough.
Well, no, it's not technically 69 because Vaquer is not going. Well, I don't think you need me to explain it.
No, please explain what 69 is, SP3.
I think Joel is a little confused, so I just wanted to explain. Like, no, that's a centipede. That's not 69 because someone's head needs to be somewhere else for it to technically be a 69.
I don't know if we can do all that, Ryan. That didn't go so well when we did dick-related offense back in the day.
The peen kiss.
Yeah.
The peen kiss.
Yeah, wow. I don't know. I don't know if we can get away with all of that stuff. So it feels okay when the women are doing that offense. When the men are doing it, it feels a little weird.
Just a little weird.
We will have more male horniness like Chuck E. T wants, though. We will have way more male horniness in ROH.
You want male horniness in Ring of Honor, Ring of Elizabeth.
Yeah, Chuck E. T. I like his mind for the business. He wondered why there wasn't more male horniness, and I agree. Oh, exclusive matches on Pornhub.
Oh man, ROH Pornhub Championship. You got an exclusive cut, like how NJPW puts out NJPW Strong title matches if they're in another promotion, and they post it up in JPW World, but they do that for Pornhub. That'll be perfect. That's the cross promotion. Cross promotion really want.
This is our Pornhub exclusive match of the week.
The edging match.
It would get a lot of views, I'm sure.
The BDSM match where you have to chain up your opponent.
Could you imagine unhinged Booker T in the Pornhub exclusive match?
He's like, I'm gonna pop my dick right over there.
Booker T might show dick in that match. We got the Booker T dick cam for the Pornhub exclusive match. What was there's a Hangman page. It's he's doing a virtual signing. I think it's with High Spots. And he's talking about like I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta pee. And they have like the overhead cam of his crotch the entire time to like make sure he doesn't piss himself. And he has to hold his piss the entire virtual signing. And he finally ends up going. And they have like a countdown on it. I wrote an article on this because I was like, this is amazing content. But yeah, they had the overhead Hangman dick cam for this virtual signing. That's what we're going to have with Booker T. The Booker T dick popping cam.
Pop my dick man cam.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
I gotta pop my dick. Yo, the fact that he said dick as well. I was like, Romeo tried to tell me he was like he said neck. It just doesn't sound like.
Oh, that. Romeo, get the hell out of here with this.
The closed captioning said that he said
I did the short. If you go to our shorts page, I didn't even put up captions for it. Yeah. But YouTube does the auto captions. YouTube has it as dick on the auto captions. Everybody, all right. I'm gonna pull this up because I don't want people. I don't think they're lying, but also I want to give the short an extra, extra.
Pop my dick, man.
Extra love here. Give this short some extra love. All right, let's turn on the closed captioning for the shorts. Okay. We're going to watch this short that I created as I pat myself on the back as friends and family here. All right, everybody. Here we go. You see the closed captionings, right, everyone? You see it. NXT, because you know what I need to do before we talk NXT?
What's that?
I got to pop my dick, man.
Dick, man. It says dick, man. The YouTube closed captionings says dick.
The TV closed captioning said dick. Like,
yeah, the TV closed captionings. Sean pulled it up.
Anybody.
Sean pulled it up on his YouTube TV, and it just says, I gotta pop it. Even the YouTube TV was like, hold on. Let's leave a little room for interpretation. But the YouTube auto captions here for the short, it says dick, everyone.
You gotta pop my
neck.
Dick, man.
The hell out of here with neck. It is not neck, folks. It is not neck.
Bravo.
Man
Bravo.
says pop my dick.
First good episode of NXT in a while. Mainly because of that line.
Nah, NXT rules.
Nah,
it's the dumbest show of all time. Nah, it's the dumbest show
not good.
Of all time.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's
I know you
deck.
enjoy dumb, but it's not good.
What is deck? How do you say I gotta pop my deck?
I gotta pop my deck, man.
There is no deck. It is dick, everyone.
You deck riding over here.
The man said dick. He had to pop his dick. Let him live. It's fine. Sometimes you just gotta pop your dick, man.
You know who wants to pop his dick, man? Nick Khan, because they about to make a whole bunch of money with WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia. Yo, I did not know until yesterday with that announcement. literally coming from the Prince of Saudi Arabia, not like a press release or anything like that. I was like, man, all this time I thought it was like Nick
Snapchat.
Khan. I thought it was Nick Khan. I thought it was The Rock. I thought it was Triple H. Nah, the Saudi Arabia Prince is the most powerful man in pro wrestling.
I mean, yes, he might be the most powerful man in combat sports. And I don't love saying that, but
Yeah.
for people who are following the Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford fight, like they're banning well-known, reputable outlets and reporters from like covering that event if you've ever said something bad about any of the Iridia season like fighters or events. So I'm a little concerned that that's where wrestling is going to end up going. Like they already got the branding in the middle of the ring for like Raw. They got the Iridia season for Raw on there. So if like they just continue to get more power, it's very possible they're just going to continue to control the media narrative on these things. Because it doesn't seem to be a UFC call. It doesn't seem to be a TKO call of why these outlets aren't able to cover this event. It seems to be a call. Like they have ownership in Ring Magazine as well. And Ring Magazine is well-known, well-established boxing outlet. But they're just banning other outlets that have ever said anything bad about any of the fighters or any of the cards that have been there. I feel like it might start to go that way with UFC because UFC continues to do more stuff over there, and it might start to go that way with WWE because they continue to do more stuff over there. It's a slippery slope, and don't love where all of this could be going.
I mean, no, I don't think that this is the best place. I'm not comfortable and I'm not happy with the direction it's going. I'm also not surprised. This is kind of where this was going all along. I said this back in 2018 when they first made the deal with Saudi Arabia to go and have events there. I was like, they started off with the greatest Royal Rumble. I was like, how long is it going to take before they have a greatest WrestleMania? Or, God forbid, they actually get WrestleMania over there. And it happened a lot sooner than I thought it would. I said, like, I was like, at the end of this, I said in 2018, I was like, at the end of this deal, which was, I think it was a 10-year deal that they originally signed with Saudi Arabia. I was like, at the end of this deal, they'll probably run a major show, a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. So here we are. We've made it to that time. I think that it is a statement that WWE is making further. We talked about it with the whole Brock Lesnar situation, and that was kind of a line being drawn in the sand that WWE doesn't care about the fan perception or PR in regards to how people view their company. They feel like they are Teflon at this point, and this is just another move in that direction. They are more worried about the bottom line than how fans or people or the general public is going to feel about any type of decision that they made. And this announcement comes along with Mark Shapiro, the TKO COO, saying that they are still going in the direction of increasing ticket prices. So like the common wrestling fan is going to be priced out of this. Like, I'll say it now, so when it does happen, you'll be like, well, SP3 did tell us a couple of years ago this was going to happen. So they're pricing you out. You're not going to be able to go to a WWE event unless you are paying the equivalent of a New York City studio apartment, which is not cheap. I know where probably you live is cheap to have a studio apartment. Not in New York City. You're paying a G or more for a month for a studio apartment in New York City, and you'll be paying a G to go to a WWE event sooner rather than later. And especially now when you're already hearing the complaints and people are still going, they're still selling out shows, they're still selling tickets. They have not reached their peak. They have not reached their ceiling on the ticket prices. So when I heard that what Shapiro said, I was like, yeah, of course. That's just how business works. It's the fans that are dictating the price. The fans are keep coming despite you blowing up the prices. Then yeah, you need to keep going up because you haven't hit the ceiling yet. You'll know where the ceiling is at when people stop buying tickets. They haven't hit that yet. They've had a couple of shows that didn't sell well, but for the most part, they're still selling out the big shows, so they can keep going in this direction. And what does this mean for WrestleMania week? Because I think that the best part, and I've said it this year when I was with you the whole week for WrestleMania week, the best part about WrestleMania week is not WrestleMania. It's all the other shows. Now, is all the other shows going to be in Saudi Arabia?
No. Nah, they ain't going to Saudi to run these shows because, one, I don't think anybody's paying that kind of travel and just the overhead to run these Saudi events. Two, I don't know if there's like a small enough venue to run like some of these indie shows that they potentially want to run. Because anytime they go to Saudi, they run these stadiums or they run these, 20,000 seat venues, whatever it might be. So I don't think there's, I don't think they got like a 5, maybe they do, but if they do, it's a lot harder when, the government controls and the Sports and Entertainment Authority controls all of that stuff compared to, hey, WrestleMania is in Philly. We can run the 2,300. We can run this smaller, the Saudi government, if they're controlling these venues, and they're probably going to be like, no, we don't want your podunk independent company here. We got a business deal with WWE. We don't got any business deal with you. You're not going to make anything back. I don't know how many of these fans that go to these Saudi events, they're clearly WWE fans, but do they care at all about blood sports and GCW and all of this stuff? I don't even know if you can run some of this stuff. You ain't running Effie's Big Gay Brunch.
No, you're definitely not running that there.
Yeah.
I've seen people in the chat coming up with different names for it because you can't run it in Saudi Arabia. I think that is a good idea, what Great Streams is saying in the chat. Maybe the indie groups can choose a single city and do everything there in 2027. You would have to start planning that now. And logistics wise, there's no guarantee that the shows are going to sell well.
Yeah.
You basically, when they run these, the reason that they run these indie events during WrestleMania weekend, because it's upwards of 50,000 wrestling fans that are in the area. That's why they run major indie events around the bigger shows of the weekend. And why there's so many during WrestleMania weekend is because WrestleMania, you're getting 50,000, anywhere between that to 100,000 if they're in Dallas for that arena, for people of wrestling fans that are coming for WrestleMania but need other stuff to do. So they'll go to your GCW, Joey Janela Spring Break, or Effie's Big Gay Brunch, or Bloodsport, or a Stardom show when they're there, TJPW when they're over there. They can't do that if WrestleMania is in Saudi Arabia and they're just in New York City. Yeah, there's a whole big pile of people in New York City, but how many of those people are wrestling fans, and how many of those wrestling fans are in New York City to watch wrestling for that particular weekend?
Yeah, when the collective ran kind of a standalone, this was during COVID as well, and I don't know how well it did, if it was worth it for GCW at that time. I think they ran it in Indy, the collective. It was in September, and a bunch of people got COVID off of that. I don't think that was a worthwhile venture for them. But look, Janela's been on this show, and he said it's WWE's weekend. We're there because WWE is there. We know that there are, 50,000 upwards wrestling fans there. Not all of them are there for WWE. That's why, they got WrestleMania tickets. But then we start drawing other people who just want to go to independent shows. Or maybe they stumble across an independent show and we make a new fan off of that. It's difficult to, let's say Chicago or New York, because those are typically wrestling hotbeds there. Say you want to run a weekend in Chicago. I don't think you're going to get people from all over the country, traveling to Chicago and being like, because you also got to think about this. You're probably just using independent talent on that.
Yeah.
WWE at least has been playing ball a little bit with WrestleMania weekend of like, oh, maybe Natalya will show up on these shows. Oh, here's Shayna Baszler. Here's Karrion Kross. Like, maybe you will get some WWE talent showing up on certain independent shows. You're not going to get that if it's just a standalone show. One, because they're just not going to do it. Two, especially, I don't think you can run the same weekend as like a WrestleMania either. I don't think that makes a ton of sense. People are probably just going to stay home and be like, oh, I'm just going to stay here and just watch the show from the comfort out. Why do I want to go do the indie loop when I could just watch WrestleMania? That's the only show I care about anyway, for free.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely that NFC people say it. Maybe they do a bigger deal with like a SummerSlam or a Rumble weekend, which they've already started to do, mind you. Like SummerSlam this year, they did a bunch of
they did 3 shows.
Independent
GCW.
shows. Yeah.
GCW ran 3 shows. They
crowned a GCW or
shows, and then they
crowned a WWID champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did the WWID and GCW show on SummerSlam weekend. They did a Bloodsport show on SummerSlam weekend. I think you're more likely to see them further piggyback off of SummerSlam, especially because now that's a 2-night event, or Rumble. In that case, they won't piggyback off Rumble next year because Rumble's in Saudi. So
yeah,
maybe the year after we'll see.
But they do a good job of going to wherever the big WWE or AEW show is at and run like either 1 or 2 shows around in the same area.
Yeah, it's just not a week-long event like WrestleMania is. WrestleMania week like starts on like Wednesday and goes from there.
Are they running Toronto next weekend? GCW?
I don't know. I can check.
I know that their tradition. When I was going to Chicago for All Out for most like the last couple of years, and I know that GCW used to run in Chicago for All Out weekend, but I would think that is different now that they're in Toronto.
No, they're in Arizona on Friday, so I can't imagine they're running Toronto, and then they're in Los Angeles on Saturday. So no, they're not running Toronto.
Yeah, because they're doing the homecoming, the LA homecoming on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they've been doing less around AEW weekends over the years, probably because they got a partnership now, more or
with
less
WWE.
With WWE. Yeah, so yeah, they've been doing less around AEW weekends.
That makes
nowadays.
sense.
Yeah. So no, they're not running Toronto. I don't think they're definitely not going to Saudi. I think that's an idea that just never gets off the ground. Honestly.
Unless they're official WWE partner promotion. You know what WWE should do? They should just have TNA and AAA come to Saudi Arabia with them and run additional shows with them.
I mean, if the Saudis will pay for it, I'm sure they'd love to do that. Yeah, it depends on how much like Saudi's willing to pay for that kind of stuff.
This shit sounds so depressing for WrestleMania week. We only gotta watch WrestleMania 2 nights of WrestleMania and stand. Are they gonna do stand and deliver?
Honestly, it sounds awesome. I don't gotta work as hard during that week. Sounds great. I love this. I don't gotta be up until 3 a.m. covering shows. Shows will be on in the afternoon too, because of the time as well. Yeah. This sounds fantastic to me.
Man, way to say fuck you, Shadiq Khan. The first ever international WrestleMania goes to Saudi, not to London, after they made him hold that stupid ass small title.
That was a message. Like, this is the level you're paying us. This is the level of title you're getting. You see how much the Saudis pay us? We're creating a whole new title for the Saudis with $18 million worth of diamonds in this title because that's how much they're paying us. You guys are paying us this little title's worth of money. You want a better title? You better up your money.
You paid for our flights to get here. This is all you get.
Yeah, you want a bigger title? You give us bigger money. That's how this game works. That was a message to London by giving him that small ass little title. I won't hear any other arguments about it. I've seen people say that maybe there's like two there might be 2 WrestleManias. And like, I think they're trying to, Mark Shapiro said that WrestlePalooza, they're trying to like really brand that as a WrestleMania level event, a SummerSlam level event. I mean, maybe that's where they're looking.
I wouldn't be surprised if it does well next Saturday that
it's gonna do great.
That they run a stadium for the show next year.
I think it's going to do great next Saturday. I'd imagine that it's probably close to sold out if it's not sold out. And Gainbridge is a decent sized venue. I think it was like 16,000 or so. When you're talking, Brock and Cena is a casual fan draw. Return of AJ is a pretty big draw. Cody and Drew is going to be on that show. Like, they're obviously stacking that show. So I think it'll do well, honestly. And then, we'll see next year what it becomes with everything. Because you're not going to have the return of AJ Lee next year. So how are you going to build off of what you're doing here? What does that mean for Survivor Series? They're running a baseball park for Survivor Series this year. So you're asking, all right, Rumble is stadium, whether baseball or football. Mania is 2-night stadium. Elimination Chamber was stadium this past year. That was Rogers, so that was stadium. Money in the Bank, typically stadium as well.
No,
I think this year wasn't.
No.
Money in the Bank's been stadium in the past.
2023 was at the O2.
Right, that was a bigger
in 2024 was in Toronto. Was that in the stadium? Was that in Rogers or was that Scotiabank?
It was Scotiabank. It was Scotiabank. All right, it was Intuit Dome this year. Oh, I'm thinking they tried to run stadium.
They tried to run Vegas in 2021, and it blew up in their face.
Yeah. But they treat Money in the Bank like a big show. But okay, no stadium on Money in the Bank, so fair enough. SummerSlam 2-night stadium. WrestlePalooza potential stadium moving forward. Survivor Series stadium. At least this year.
You see TKO's favorite number is 6. They love it in series of 3. So maybe they should do a big 6 PLEs. They're big 6 PLEs.
So every other month?
Every other month is a big 6 PLE. Rumble in the beginning of the year. Then the springtime start is WrestleMania. Then we got Money in the Bank to kick off the summer season. Then we got SummerSlam to end the summer season. Then we got WrestlePalooza to start the fall season. Then we got Survivor Series to end fall and start winter. The Big 6. Welcome to the new era. TKO WWE. Give me your money.
Some of those are back to back too. Because January.
Yeah, well, WrestlePalooza and SummerSlam, yeah.
Well, if you're doing Elimination Chamber as well.
I didn't count Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Because that alternates, really.
All right. So you have January / February, I guess. April with Rumble. SummerSlam. I mean, SummerSlam and Money in the Bank are back to back. That's June, July, or June, August, or July, August.
They could put a pay-per-view in between there. They could put a Saudi show in between there.
I guess Night of Champions was between them this year.
Yeah, this year Night of Champions and Evolution was between.
They ain't doing Evolution again though.
No, they ain't doing. They'll do Saturday Night's main event. They'll do a Saturday Night's main event between.
Yeah, but then WrestlePalooza. I mean, unless they move, I guess they could do an October show and then and then November. All right,
and then they're doing the Saudi shows as well, so it's a big 8.
Yeah. They're trying to just make everything a big deal. And I'm not going to say they're going to water down certain events, but I do think
they've already started, to be honest.
I think they're going to get to a point of like, this event doesn't. The the thing is, they do have certain like match types that help the overall feeling of the shows. Like, Rumble, you're getting the Rumble. Money in the Bank, you're getting the Money in the Bank match. Survivor Series, you're getting the War Games match. WrestleMania is WrestleMania. SummerSlam can be hit and miss, but 2 nights makes it a little bigger. WrestlePalooza is the one that I don't know how quickly people are going to be like, all right, let's flock to WrestlePalooza. This year, different story because of what you got. Moving forward, how can you make it a big deal moving forward?
I feel like
what can you add to it?
Every time we say this about WWE, they come up with something. They always got something in their back pocket. They always got something they can reach to. This is what we do. We just go along with the pivots, and we got the GPS, and it tells us to make the turns, and we make the turns, and we get to the destination. This is what we do. I don't see color.
This is what we do, brother.
This is what we do.
I think WWE is overestimating themselves.
Well,
to
yeah,
an extent.
But for now, but they are right to do it.
Yeah, like for right now, like SB3 was saying, like until we see a drop off in attendance, they're going to continue to charge these outrageous prices. And the fact that Mark Shapiro's like, we got room to grow because we've seen the UFC. We charge outrageous prices for those, and we're still doing big numbers with the
and
UFC.
Then he said Vince McMahon was pricing it for families. He was underestimating it.
Babyface Vince McMahon.
How do you, baby, in the year of our Lord, 2025, how are we baby facing Vince McMahon?
Yeah. How are we baby facing Vince McMahon in 2025? Outrageous. Again, as long as people are paying these prices, they're going to continue to get this money. They're going to continue to charge this money. Yeah. People got to stop paying $50,000 to go on a lunch date with John Cena if you want these prices to drop.
And see, you know what? I'm gonna drop a scoop. For y'all. Well, this is a scoop that someone who used to work with WWE. If you know me, if you've heard me talk before, y'all know who I'm talking about.
Brian Danielson.
Someone who used to work for WWE, who I'm close to. I am close to Brian, so not out the realm of possibility. Told me. This person that all of these fans be like, oh my God, this person must be so rich and so rich. It's so great. He's there every show. Green shirt guy that's the front row at every WWE event. He don't pay for those tickets. He got comped. He's the same dude that CM Punk attacked in 2012.
No.
He's comped all those tickets. Wow. I literally did not know that until I watched, I think it was SummerSlam with my missus. And she was like, yeah, I don't know why everybody makes a big deal about the green shirt guy. He gets comped all his tickets. CM Punk attacked him, so he gets to go to every show. I was like,
got to pay for travel. Ain't comping us travel, though.
Hey, I mean, sometimes the travel is minuscule compared to what these people are paying, especially be front row at all these WWE shows.
Oh, yeah, it could. I mean, look, if you're gonna drive to all these towns too, then you're just paying for like gas money. Well, you got to pay for a hotel and stuff. That's still a fair amount of money to spend.
Man, he a wrestling fan. He will sleep in his car.
Fair. That's still some amount of money to be paying for travel and lodging if he does. Yeah. And that lady who got hit by Austin, she should get comp tickets for life too.
Yeah, we're gonna start to see her, and people gonna forget that it's her and be like, oh,
it's ATV lady.
It's ATV lady. ATV.
I mean, green shirt man. It might be comped, but they still put 17,000 in these venues, and all those people ain't comped. They're paying $1,000 for these nosebleed seats on this stuff. Absolutely,
I don't understand it. I will never understand it. But this is WWE, guys. This is WWE. This is the WWE that I've been telling people about for nearly a decade now. Nearly a decade I've been doing this, Jeremy. This wrestling podcast thing. And I've been saying, WWE don't care about what I say. They don't care about what Jeremy said. They don't care about what any of you say. As long as it says bottom line and there's a plus sign at that bottom line and not a negative, they don't care what we say. It was like, everything's good. Everything's perfect here.
Yeah.
We're doing very well right now.
All right, let's get into AEW Dynamite. Tara Callaway was scheduled to join us at 11. I don't know. I've checked in. We'll see what happens. But we don't need to delay our Dynamite review any further. Well, if she pops on, we'll pause the review. We'll talk to Tara and then resume the review. Until then, let's get into AEW Dynamite. It ended with Daniel Garcia coming out and attacking Darby Allin. He took off the hood. He left everybody limp because it was not Jack Perry. Because that's what I was hoping for, SP3. If the hood came off and if it was Jack Perry, you know what we were going to do?
I gotta pop my dick, man.
We were going to pop dick and we were going to ejaculate if Jack Perry had showed off. Instead, much like Bryan Danielson in the locker room, we were all left flaccid when it was just Daniel Garcia.
I'm happy. I'm happy for Daniel Garcia. He needed something to refresh his character for quite some time now. His character has pretty much gone stale like 18 months ago, and they were able to kind of get him to the TNT title, but then that TNT title run did not quite work out the way that I'm guessing he was hoping for, or the company was hoping for, or any of his fans were hoping for. So he needed something after losing the TNT championship, and then had to go another 5 to 6 months with this whole character. So I'm glad they found something for him along with Moxley. He might gain something from working so closely with one of the top guys in AEW. It makes sense for the story that they've told over the last couple of weeks since the matchup with Jon Moxley on Dynamite in the 2300 arena. It was a nice little kind of basically a bottle storyline of 2300 arena from the first show that they did on Dynamite with the first match that they had. They had the second match, which was even better on Collision last week, and then culminates here with Garcia coming through and helping Moxley lay out Darby to close the show. Unfortunately, did not all end as well as it was looking because man, he had one thing to do. All he had to do was stomp Darby onto the steel chair. He completely missed the steel chair. They were just gonna stand there and act like he hit it, and then Moxley had to be like,
Yeah,
do it again. Just do it again.
Thank God that Moxley got in his ear and was like, yeah, you probably just want to hit this again, because that did not look good when he did it and completely missed the chair. I was like, please do something. Pick up the chair, hit him with the... I don't care what you do, but you brought this chair in there for a reason, and you missed it on the stomp. You got to make good on this somehow. Pick it up, hit him with it, stomp him again, do a concerto. Doesn't matter. Figure it out. Glad Moxley had the sense of, yeah, we got to run that back there, buddy. It didn't feel... I don't think he missed the first one on purpose.
Like he missed it on purpose. No, you if it felt to you like he missed it on purpose, you read or you watched it wrong, because it was quite obvious he missed and then was just gonna act like it didn't happen until Jon Moxley said, do it again. even Marina, go back and watch it, Henry. Go back and watch it. Marina's looking at him like even Marina was kind of like, you should do it again, without saying it. But then Moxley was like, let me go whisper to him, do it again.
Yeah, he didn't miss that on purpose. I'm sorry. That's a level of It's level of AEW cope. And,
Big dick rider.
if you're saying he missed that on purpose. He just missed. It happens. Like,
Yeah,
it's
okay. It's okay.
We're just fucking with you, Henry.
Yeah, the angle, it didn't mess up the angle to me. I thought that the angle worked out fine. It accomplished what it needed to accomplish. This is the most prominent role that Garcia has been in AEW since the Jericho Appreciation Society. So I'm willing to see what's going to happen. It's interesting storyline progression that we got last night to close the show. What is Daniel Garcia in the Death Riders going to look like? What is the dynamic between Garcia and Wheeler Yuta, who are like career rivals with one another now that they're on the same side? Who is Jon Moxley's favorite young boy? Is it Yuta? Is it Garcia? What's going to be the dynamic there? How is Claudio going to react to it? Marina seemed all right with it, but maybe there's a reason why Claudio and Wheeler weren't a part of that final beatdown there, because they wanted it to just be Moxley and Marina. So I found it very intriguing way to close the show.
I like the closing angle. I'm glad they redid the spot because it was rough looking. I guess like he missed it by so much. Maybe you thought it was on purpose. Like, you can't possibly miss this by this much on this angle. But because, he had his... Because I thought it was a weird at first. Like, why is he going to put him on a sharpshooter with the chair right there? That doesn't make it more painful. It's like when Jericho does the walls on an announce table. It's like, aha! I've got you in my move.
He's at a higher angle. Aha!
It's like it hurts the same. Like, why is it okay? It's on the announce table. It doesn't make it any more effective. I was like, why is he about to put him in a sharpshooter right here on this chair? That doesn't make it. In fact, like Darby could probably just grab the chair and swing up. It probably helps Darby. But then he goes for the stomp. But I think because his legs were locked like that with the stomp, that's why his body shifted and went that way. Because his legs were there. Because you notice the second time he did not do the sharpshooter setup locking the legs. He just did the straight down stomp on it. Yeah. So I think that's why. Like, that's all it was. The first time he did it, he put him in a weird position, and so his body angled out to the side because of how his legs were locked. And the second time, they didn't do it that way. All right. Tara Callaway is backstage. If she is ready, she can leave me a thumbs up. We'll get going here. All right, here we go, everybody. You can get the book. My Dad is a Wrestler. It is in our link below. It is Cannonball Fest this Sunday, September 14th. You can go to the GoFundMe and donate. There's also an auction page where wrestlers like Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin and Brody King and more have donated items. You can bid on items. It's all to support Jeff Cannonball, who is battling ALS, and we welcome now his wife, Terra Calaway. Tara, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're great. We appreciate you joining us here today.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm so sorry it was late.
Oh, no problem. No problem. It happens.
Technical craziness here.
Oh, we appreciate it. Again, we had you on for Monday, and I wasn't doing great on Monday. You mentioned I don't want to blow up all the spots.
No, you go right ahead. It's okay.
Okay. SP3 and I got kids. We understand kids bring home everything from school and whatnot, so it's like completely sympathize with all of that. glad you and the kid are feeling better though.
Yes, thank you.
Just talk to us a little bit about, kind of what's going on, how everybody's doing, and then the show on Sunday and how you're feeling about the show.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We are taking every step that when something new happens with Jeff where he kind of declines, we are just taking it all as learning experience and figuring out how to best make him comfortable, make him happy while moving with what each symptom of ALS gives him. But he's still happy as can be. The kid is just having the best time playing with him on the couch, and kind of beating him up. I keep telling him that, Daddy's arms don't move that well. So he was putting a pillow over Jeff's face and then just like leaning on it. I'm like, no, Daddy can't protect himself. Please don't do that. But yeah, we're doing really good. And we're really excited about the show. It's going to be my first time wrestling in front of my son. It's the first and only time. This is a one and done. I said, I want to wrestle in front of my son. I want him to see it and be excited. Because when he watched Jeff wrestling, he was so excited. It was just like so cool. Like, that's my dad. Like, he got so hyped. So I'm excited to do it in front of him, in Jeff's hometown, in Jeff's old high school, in front of 600 plus people that are all there for Jeff. And I'm so excited.
So what went into kind of like the planning and putting together for this event, and basically like getting everybody involved to make this such a big and special event for you this coming Sunday?
So Joey Janela has known Jeff since pretty much day one. And Joey, when he found out about the diagnosis, Joey told Jeff, I'm going to run a show. And then Tony Deppen, who is Jeff's best friend, also said, I'm going to run a show. And so we're like, well, and then Jeff's other best friend outside of wrestling, Pat, was like, well, I'm going to run a show. And we're like, hang on, we can't all do this. Like, let's combine forces. So I put them in touch with put a group chat together with my brother-in-law, who is a police officer in the town that we are doing everything in. So he's kind of got pull, and the town is like 1 square mile. It's a tiny town. Everyone knows Jeff and his entire family. So my brother-in-law got into the group chat and was like, okay, well, I can handle getting the venue. I can handle this. Tony and Joey were like, okay, well, we can handle this. And Jeff and I just kind of sat back and watched it all happen.
You're teaming with, so the match announcement is
Yes.
Incoherent Legion of Rot against Wheeler Yuta, Matt Mako, Tracy Williams, Cheeseburger, LSG, and yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Matt Mako's been on the show plenty of times. We love Matt Mako.
He's the greatest. I love
show.
him.
Make sure he does all the work in this
Absolutely.
match. Yeah.
That's what that's a solid team of me not having to do anything. It's great.
That's just good working right there.
Right?
Get paid to do nothing. That's the way. That's the way to go.
Absolutely.
So Matt, how are you feeling about doing this? You mentioned you wanted to wrestle in front of your son, and
Yes.
so he gets to see that. So first and last kind of thing. But how are you feeling overall about like being prepared for this match?
I'm not. I'm not. I thought I would be. And then I thought, like, okay, I'll go find time to train. I've got all these people that have schools. I had a bunch of people reach out. But it's just being a full-time caregiver to not only my son now, but to Jeff. I could not find time to be able to not be with them to then go train. So I'm going into this completely cold after 2.5 years. So I got some extra knee braces to hold my knees together, and a hope and a prayer. But I'm very nervous. I'm very out of shape. I'm obviously I've had a kid since I wrestled last, so I'm very nervous. But I know it's dumb to say like it's riding a bike. It's like riding a bike, but like I've broken my neck before and come back to wrestling. I've torn my ACL twice, different legs, and have come back to wrestling. Like I've been able to come back to wrestling from long periods of time and be perfectly fine. So I'm just gonna have to rely on my instincts to just keep me perfectly fine. And at the end of the day, I've got 5 other people there to help me in case something goes wrong.
So what do you love about wrestling that makes you come back? Because we always hear like how serious, these neck injuries and ACL, any type of leg injuries is so serious. So you have to have that something inside you that loves wrestling so much that you're able to go through it. And then, after having a child and living life and everything going on with Jeff, how are you able to go back to it now? What is that thing inside of you with wrestling that makes you keep coming back?
When I was injured and like an active wrestler, it genuinely was just the love of wrestling. Like I love being in front of the crowd. I love connecting with the crowd. I love like the merch time. Like when people come up to you, talk to you and tell you about like, I saw you at this show. It was the coolest thing. And like, I love connecting with people. It's my favorite thing. And that's why like I'm a promoter of a company, and I keep doing that because I just love being in the atmosphere of wrestling. Like it's such a community and such a just like the app, just everything. I can't even explain it. It's so wonderful. But this particular event was one because it is for my husband, and I want to not show off in front of my husband, but like, hey, like I'm doing this for you. But I have many pictures of me and my son watching Jeff wrestling, with me holding him and watching. And I want that picture for me. Like, I want my son to see me. And yes, he's not going to remember. He's not even 2. He has no idea. But I want to be able to go back in like 10, 15 years and be like, look, like, that's you watching me. And like, that's a memory that I have. They always say, like, don't do things your kids aren't going to remember, but I'm going to remember, you know, and I want to remember that moment of my son getting to watch me wrestle the way he got to watch his dad. And so that's literally my whole motivation, is just doing it for them.
We got a super chat from our pal Auntie Collins. She says, "Love having Tara on the show. Love you all." So Collins,
I love Auntie Collins.
Yes, she's fantastic. One of the best. One of the best. Talk to us about the book, the children's books. My dad's a wrestler, and there we go. So
I've got to be here ready.
Just tell us about, writing this, getting illustrated, and just, publishing it and everything.
Yeah. So the very cruel reality of ALS is that my son is going to grow up without a father. And I wanted something that Jeff can enjoy with our son while he's around, to be able to read to him and show it to him, but also something that my son, when he grows up and can read it himself, or even when he grows up and has kids of his own, read it to them, to be like, look how cool my dad was. And like, look at all the cool things I get to learn because of my dad. So I wanted to write a book. I've never done a children's book. I've written like little like booklets and stuff of like depression and anxiety and stuff, but I've never done something like this. And so I put a call out on social media for an illustrator who had like a kid's like style. And someone mentioned that I should reach out to Extra Cooler, who has written or has illustrated 2 different children's books before mine. And we actually have artwork of Jeff from Extra Cooler on our wall. And I was like, okay, let me hit him up and see. He was all about it. So I wrote the words. I sent it to him. He illustrated it the way he thought that it should go. I changed the words to like fit his thing. So it took like 2-ish months of back and forth between him and I. We finally finished it. I did self-publishing all my own. And then I released it 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, the 22nd is when I released it, August 22nd. And we've sold over 80 copies to 3 different countries.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. I wanted to ask, you get so much support, like you said, Joey, Tony, all these people who are friends of Jeff coming together to make the show. But Jeremy brought up, before when we were introducing you, so many people who are supporting you on social media and donating, like Cody Rhodes and these names from AEW and WWE. How does it feel to have such these prominent names in pro wrestling out there to support you and Jeff?
It's wild. Jeff is, if you've ever met Jeff, you like Jeff. There's nobody, there are 2 people on this entire planet I know have said bad things about Jeff, and even they have come around on Jeff. Nobody, and this is not me being biased as his wife, I promise you, if you've ever met Jeff, you like Jeff. So a lot of these people, like Brody King, are like genuinely are his friends. Like, these are people he talks to. And so that's cool. But like Cody Rhodes, we have met Cody at shows, but we've never like truly interacted with Cody. So people like Cody giving his ring worn jacket, like, that's insane. And just like, it's so wild. And I like, even now I'm still getting messages from Joey, because I'm the one like who put the auction site together. I'm getting updates from Joey like, hey, we have to add this to the auction. So we're adding more and more things because more people are seeing it and being like, well, I want to do that too. So I'm really excited that like we get to go and put more things online, that these people are just, they could take this stuff and sell it for tens of thousands of dollars, and instead they want to give it to us. And that's just, it's an insane feeling, and it's so wonderful. And I cannot put into words how much I appreciate everybody.
So you've got Cannonball Fest coming up this weekend, and then
Yes.
Cannonbrawl
Yes.
coming up in October.
Yes.
So you mentioned a lot of people reached out and like wanted to do, hey, let's do a show here and a show here and a show here, and you were like, all right, let's try to truncate some of these things. But what's it been like trying to put together essentially 2 different shows in 2 separate months?
So I actually have absolutely nothing to do with Cannonball.
Okay.
Like, we are just the beneficiaries. Interspecies Wrestling is my favorite promotion. I was their heavyweight champion for 2.5 years, something like that. I was the heavyweight champion for a long time. The promoter is a very good friend of ours, and he just said like, hey, I'm going to run a show, and announce the show. So we wanted to get up there, but it's very hard to travel with Jeff. And also I'm not going to make my poor child take 5-hour drive to Canada each way. But it is, I will say, Cannonbrawl, like every show that has happened for Jeff has had friends of Jeff, but a lot of like extra people who, you know, they wanted to support, but like may possibly don't really know us or haven't really talked to us. I can say Cannonbrawl is the most like our friends show that we could have ever met. Like those people, every single person on that card is a friend of ours. Every single person on that card means the world to us. And so it's so exciting to see that they went, yeah, we're going to go all the way to Canada and do this show for you guys. And even our Canadian friends that are up there that are doing it. It's so wonderful. And I'm so happy to see everyone giving Cannonbrawl just as much love. Just, you know, even though they don't have like the big stars at that show, they still have the people who really mean the most to us. And so I'm really excited to see it.
Well, my last question for you is what's like next in regards to everything going on with Jeff? You got the big show coming up on Sunday, you have the book, but is there anything next that we have to look forward to?
There is, as far as like things that other people can acquire, there is something that will be announced at Cannonball Fest. It's going to be a very short, limited run. And I'm excited for that to get announced. I can't say what it is because I think there's like legal stuff involved with it. But so that is, there will be something announced during Cannonball Fest, which will be streaming on YouTube for free. Everyone can see it. But otherwise, right now we're trying to find somewhere to live because we live in a 2-story home, and not to make anyone sad, but Jeff is within the next, I'd say, month or so, permanently going to be in a wheelchair. He is losing his ability to walk. So I am struggling to find somewhere for us to live. We've been trying to buy a house for months now. And so we're working on that. That's where our sole focus is. But, you know, I'll keep trying to think of new things and new ways to honor Jeff and to keep people giving Jeff his flowers while he's still here. And I don't plan on him leaving me anytime soon. So I'm just going to keep focusing on keeping him healthy and happy and enjoying going to shows and seeing our friends.
The Cannonball Fest is streaming at JCW YouTube channel.
The
correct?
GCW. They're gonna be going through the GCW.
GCW. Okay.
Yes.
I know.
I will do my best to retweet it like when it goes live and everything. And it's just I know that day I'm gonna be running around with the chicken with my head cut off.
We appreciate you joining us here, Tara. And you know, anything that pops up, please let us know. More than happy to, however we can support, even if it's just getting the word out there. We'd love to do that. And you know, take care of Jeff. Obviously, take care of your son. Obviously, take care of yourself. I've been a caregiver. My wife works in caregiving. It's not easy, and a lot of times people just don't understand how hard it really is, and especially when you are watching your loved one go through all of this, it's even more difficult. So just please take care of yourself above everything, taking care of your husband and child as well. And again, let everybody know one more time where they can find you at, and you know what, any way we can support.
Yeah, so I put together jeffcannonball.com, which has a link to all the different ways you can support us financially, all the different ways you can support us through like buying like the book or merchandise. There is an Amazon wish list of like different disability access type things that we need to get. It also has a link to all the shows where you can support him as well. So jeffcannonball.com is the best place to get any updates and any information for Jeff. And you can find me on all social media just at Tara Callaway.
Again, we appreciate you joining us here today, Tara. Good luck with everything this weekend. Hope you can have some fun as much as you can, especially in the ring with everybody. Yes. Tell our pals, Matt, especially Matt Mako, tell him we said hi. We love Matt. Absolutely. He's a great guy. So, and yeah, let us know however we can help, anything we can get out there to let everybody know how they can continue to support. We're more than happy to do that.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tara. You have a good evening or
you
day,
too.
whatever time it is.
Of course.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
There you go, everybody. Tara Callaway. We appreciate her joining the show. I forgot what time it was. I was like, have a good evening. She's East Coast, so it's the same time it is for us. So I don't know, stumbling over words and everything here. We appreciate Tara joining us. And the link for the book is below. I'm actually going to update. Are you good?
Very, very well.
Are you okay?
Huh?
I think you're very
I
delayed.
couldn't hear you for a second there. My headphones, or it's not you this time. Last time your mic was on the side and I couldn't hear you that well. This time it was my headphones.
Oh, okay.
I
feel like I'm very delayed.
So it's because I'm.
All right, we're really delayed here, SP3. Now SP3 might be frozen. I'm fine, right, folks?
I thought it was.
No, it's definitely you. For once, it is you.
Oh, okay. I hear you fine. I don't know what's the issue.
So. Okay. All right, you're delayed on my end. Yeah, people are saying you're frozen.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now I think it might be caught up a little bit. We just had a little hiccup there. We'll see. Yeah, TKO has gotten SP3.
They're always coming for me, y'all. They're always coming for me.
The link to the book is in the description. I'm about to add the link to just jeffcannonball.com so everybody can support through there as well, since she said that has the link to everything, whether it be shows and whether it be the GoFundMe or the auction site. So I'm about to add that to the description here, so you can also support at. Okay, there we go. So now everybody has the link to jeffcannonball.com. If you would, easier way to support everything. We appreciate Tara again joining us. Much appreciation to her. Hopefully things are good on Sunday and show goes well and they raise a lot of money for Jeff.
Absolutely.
Because ALS sucks. Fuck ALS. And we wish Jeff and his family all the best. All right. AEW Dynamite. Anything else from the Daniel Garcia discussion with what happened?
No, I think we talked about everything in regards to kind of what they're going to do next. It's all about the follow-up when we get these kind of like big heel turns like we saw from Garcia last night. So we got to see what they're going to do to kind of follow up for it. But the fact that Garcia is on the Death Riders means I feel bad for all the anti-Death Rider fans, because this means they're only sticking around for much longer than a lot of them thought at All In.
Yeah. It's gonna be the balance of elevating Garcia with the rest of the group, because Yuta has gotten good heat, gotten good television time, but he's also just kind of the job guy in the group. So can Garcia be more Claudio than Yuta? But then where does that leave Yuta with everything?
I'll be honest with you. I feel like Claudio's the one that's gotten the least out of this group. It's actually defined him down, where he felt like, to me, he felt like a consistent, like upper mid card guy that would flirt with the main event when he was with Blackpool Combat Club. But ever since like the start of the Death Riders, he's felt very much like a mid card guy. He's the guy that the guys who are going to beat Moxley, are going to challenge Moxley, going to face Moxley, they beat Claudio before they face Moxley.
I don't disagree with that. Like, I don't remember the last time Claudio picked up kind of a meaningful victory.
I do.
Especially singles. When was it?
Continental Classic. Or him beating Jeff Jarrett. Him beating Jeff Jarrett in January.
That shouldn't have happened. He should have lost to Jeff Jarrett. Hey, I'm with you that Claudio has felt kind of like a secondary person as well. So that's why with Garcia, how do you elevate him in terms of the group when no one in the group feels too much of a threat outside of Moxley. Moxley's obviously a threat. He was the
Marina does.
champion for the longest time. Yeah, Marina does, mainly because she just doesn't wrestle, so she doesn't get beat. So that's why she feels like a threat. Garcia's he's gonna wrestle, so he's not just gonna be a muscle for them. So you got to keep him, and I think they will. Like, I hope they give Garcia some singles wins. I hope they team him with Yuta and Claudio, give them some trios wins, especially if Pac's going to be out for even longer. Like, I hope they are able to elevate the group with Garcia in there, because they haven't felt that way outside of Moxley for a good little while now.
It is crazy though that probably, like, I would say, like, it from the couple of weeks before Double or Nothing into like All In, they have kind of like downplayed the amount of TV time that the Death Riders are gotten. But since All In, since I'm losing the world title, it feels like the Death Riders get more TV time now.
They are all over the shows.
I will tell you, as someone who has to do a show later with someone who doesn't enjoy it, yeah, they're all over these episodes of AEW TV. And Jimmy Baccarat, he's like, I didn't want to deal with him when he had the world title. Why would I want to deal with him now?
I do think there maybe needs to be a less focus on Death Riders and more focus on Hangman. I did like that Hangman at least opened this show, got a promo on this show.
He was the first like 30 to 40 minutes of the show, pretty much.
I did like that, because in past weeks, it didn't feel like he was highlighted enough on the show. But
we need to go back to how we were booking Hangman coming out of All In, where he was all over the show. Him and MJF were like all over the show when they were doing the Philly residency. But with this Philly residency, it's been the Death Riders are all over the show on both shows. We don't even get a break on Saturday or Wednesday.
They've kind of used these Philly shows, I know Joel was mentioning it, to elevate Garcia and Kyle Fletcher coming out of things. And speaking of, Hangman opens the show. He faced Josh Alexander in a really fun match. Hangman picks up the victory, and then afterwards he calls out Kyle Fletcher, and Fletcher comes out, and Hangman says, like, you're not ready for this. They made fun of his socks because the crowd chanted, you don't have socks. So he's like, you can't even put your socks on. So how are you going to beat me for the title?
You have all the potential in the world, but you can't find any socks.
Yeah. And then Hangman, saying, do it on your own, lead the Don Callis family in the back. And then Fletcher, like, well, okay. That's what you don't understand. I was going to do that anyway. I liked the delivery of the material. I didn't love the material for them.
Why?
I didn't love Hangman doing the you're not ready thing. Like, he's the TNT champion. And this is the second straight year, by the way. We're getting the TNT champion challenging for the world title at All Out.
No.
I don't love the you're not ready for this when he's already a champion in the company. Like, maybe he's not ready for the world title, but just flat out saying that when he's a champion, I don't love that little note there. You can't do something better than that. I do like the like, you're in my position, so here's how I would have. And Kyle kind of played it like this, so I think Kyle actually did well with things. I do like the note of, like, you're in the position I was in and I failed, and Fletcher being like, yeah, but I'm better than you. So I like how Kyle played his part of it with, I am ready, I'm the TNT champion, I am the future protostar, all of that and everything. Like, while you fail doesn't mean that I'm gonna fail. Like, I'm 26 and my prime is when I say is my prime. Oh, I liked Kyle's portion of it. I didn't love Hangman's portion of it. Delivery was good. Hangman always delivers stuff really well, but I didn't fully love Hangman's portion. I would have preferred him almost lifting Kyle a little bit more, because this goes back to, all right, if you call a person a loser and then you beat a loser, then what have you really accomplished? If he beats Kyle Fletcher, it's like, all right, you beat the guy who you said wasn't ready. Yeah, I guess you were right. He wasn't ready, but it feels like you just beat a guy who shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. I think Hangman could have been more uplifting to Kyle. So when he does beat him, it feels like a bigger deal.
I think it's fine what he said, because if he had gone into putting Kyle over, there would have been a disconnect there, because he just laid you out the week prior. He just put you through a chair and then laid out one of your best friends. So for you to just go in there and try to like kind of big him up, that wouldn't have felt right. I felt like Hangman's attitude and his approach and his basically his emotions in the promo were valid, and thus made what he was saying valid, because all he was really doing was playing a bit of mind games, the same mind games that he received ahead of All Out 2019. It's basically, he said the same thing that Chris Jericho told him when they were on their way to All Out 2019. It didn't take anything away from Hangman. It made people actually rally more behind
Hangman's the baby face,
because he was the I'm let me finish. Okay. I said because he's the baby face. You by saying this to the heel that will most likely lose, you're basically giving him the reason of why he's gonna lose. You like, when you win, if he pushes you to the limit and he comes close, then you won something. You won against the guy who you said it wasn't just, oh, you're not ready, you're not nothing. No, he said you're a future AEW World Champion. You're 26 years old. You're gonna carry this company for the next 10 years. So I don't like that just doing one part of the promo. There's a whole thing that he said. He bigged them up. He definitely put them over. But he also said, you're me 6 years ago. You're not quite there yet. You're gonna get there, but you're not quite there yet. And mainly it's because he's too cocky. He's way ahead of himself. He's more ahead than anything. That's the real thing. That it's not, oh, you're 26-year-old, you're not ready. I'm gonna beat you, and it's because you're not ready. No, he's saying you are ready. Your just mind is not ready. Basically, you're built like a shit house. You can beat anybody. You can destroy anybody. We see it every week. You're the TNT champion, but you have all the potential in the world, but you can't find socks. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You have all the talent. You're the strongest. You're the fastest. You're the quickest, but you're also the dumbest. That's why you're gonna lose. That's what I got from the promo last night. Not what you're saying. I don't think he put down Kyle Fletcher. I think he bigged him up, but then gave him the out of why he's going to lose at the pay-per-view.
Joel is here for some reason.
SP3, you got it, and then you started to keep getting it. It's exactly this. It's exactly the All Out 2019. Chris Jericho confronts Hangman Page and says, "You're not ready for it." What's Hangman doing 5 years later? He's telling Kyle Fletcher, you're not ready for it. You know what's going to happen at the end of the match after Kyle Fletcher gets beat by Hangman Adam Page? The guy who 5 years ago said, you're not ready for it, said, I want it back. And the return of Chris Jericho.
I do see Jericho being part of this. Yes, he is. He's going to probably be the surprise at the end of All Out.
And people think that and I'm trolling and I'm all this. I said it yesterday, we talked about it yesterday. Jericho had his first active wrestler on Talk Is Jericho since he left AEW. We don't care when that interview was held. He dropped it he's an interview with Darby Allin. That's up on Talk Is Jericho. If he drops tomorrow another active wrestler, game over, man. The dude's coming back at All Out. It's happening. It's gonna be there.
I see it too. And Kate makes a good point as well. What Hangman was saying also goaded Fletcher to agree to the stip of going in alone with the Don Callis family. So he mainly was telling him basically his own insecurities, that you're not ready. You're 26-year-old. You're not ready yet. You can't do it on your own. Then do it on your own. So it's basically Hangman using the same theory that he used in the great promo with MJF when he goaded MJF into using his contract. Hopefully Fletcher doesn't try to set like Christopher Daniels on fire next week and just ruin this. But this was a great promo.
Maybe I'm putting too much stock into the TNT title and what it actually means.
You shouldn't put too much stock into the European Championship, bro.
Yeah,
you just shouldn't.
Because that's kind of my hang up, honestly, is I don't love the "you're not ready" and saying that to a champion, because it kind of undercuts the value of that title. Because you're saying this champion, the TNT champion, is not ready for a world title shot, is not ready to be the world champion. Then what does this title mean if the TNT champion is not ready? Maybe I'm putting too much stock.
Light heavyweight title.
I guess.
No, we still like you said, this is the second year in a row that we're seeing the TNT champion challenge for the AEW World Championship. Did that first time go well for the TNT champion? No. Have we ever seen a reigning TNT champion win the AEW World Championship? No. Did any TNT champion that's ever even got a shot at the World Championship after being TNT champion needed some time to pick up wins before they got there, needed more experience before they got to that point? Yes. So everything that Hangman said made sense.
Sure, but I don't have to like it.
I know you don't have to like it, but I'm just saying it makes sense, though.
I don't have to like that they're undercutting the TNT title.
Don't
do that.
I am curious as to whether or not this is the main event on the show, or if it's the Cope and Christian tag match.
This should be the main event of the show, because then you are kind of burying this matchup if you don't put it as the main event, because the whole point of saying, Fletcher, you're not ready for the main event, Fletcher, you're not ready for the main event, is therefore him in fact main eventing this show is establishing that he is a main eventer, or at least going to be a main eventer. You have to finish the deal. You can't do that promo and then not have the main event the show.
That partnered up with last month not having Paige and MJF be the main event of Forbidden Door, it starts to give the appearance that you're not behind your world champion as a world champion. And I'm not saying that is the way it is. It's just that's the way it looks if your world title, which is supposed to be number one, is not being treated as such. So yeah, it should be the main event. I don't know if they're going to do it. I also don't think Cope and Christian should be the main event either. So who knows?
They're gonna do a lights out match. It's gonna be the lights out chicken coop match between MJF and Mark.
We gotta talk about MJF for a second. I'm getting well, first of all, because apparently MJF doesn't want us to talk about him or criticize AEW if we haven't, done a million things incredibly well. Whatever tweet that was. We need to start talking about MJF and his promo style. We need to start talking about how it's the same gosh darn thing every single build, where he's red in the face and screams, "I'm gonna kill you," and he does the one damn thing that I harp on every single time, which is, if you're not gonna do it, don't say you're gonna try. MJF did it again last night, where he's like, I'm not going on my honeymoon until Mark Briscoe is dead. And I'm like, well, you're not going to be the one to do it. You're never the guy who does it. We have to stop thinking that he's this generational promo guy because he gets up to the camera when he's really mad at the last minute and screams and yells and gets red in the face. And we think, oh, great acting. He's so good. I like Max. I think Max has a lot of talent. I think Max has a lot of potential. I'm really getting sick of the way Max decides to do every single promo and build the exact same way until he gets people to say he's the best. It's getting a little old.
Joel Berry's MJF.
Yeah, I've done it before, and I'll do actually.
There's the short.
It's usually around this time of year when I start to bury MJF again. First it was quarters 2 years ago. Now we're doing it again. We went from October to we're a month earlier than normal.
I mean, I've said MJF needs more action behind his promos. This is why I said Hangman should have called his bluff. Set Mark Briscoe on fire. Let's see if you're about that action.
Prove the world.
You talk a big game, but you haven't done anything to make me believe that he would actually set this man on fire. The moment MJF said, "I'm going to kill you," I was like, Joel's going to hate this.
Joe hated this so much.
The confines of wrestling include you should be able to accomplish the goals that you set apart for yourself with anyone else. If you're going to say, you never say, and again, this has been forever, you never say something you can't do in the ring. That's why no wrestler in their right mind says, "I'm going to kill you." I give Seth Rollins full marks because every single time he talks about wanting to do something to CM Punk, it's always, "I'm going to end your career. You're never going to be back in WWE." He never says, "I'm going to kill you." He says, "I'm going to end your career. I'm going to end you here." He doesn't say, "I'm going to kill you," because you don't do that, because you're not going to kill him unless it's TNA. Then you might.
I think this is another case of just taking things too figuratively or too literally. I think that if you say you're gonna kill somebody, I've said this when I was in my teens. I said, "I'm gonna kill you on the basketball court," which means I'm gonna score like 30 points on you. So I think killing in a wrestling term can mean I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna wash you when we get into the ring together. I don't take it as seriously as literally.
But
I
matter.
enjoyed the MJF promo. If we're being honest.
Well, because he got angry and yelled at the screen again, like he does every single time he's angry at his opponent. It's the same thing.
It's because he called his wife a bitch and said that he's married to the game. He ain't married.
Called his wife and gets married. Called his wife a name for heat, and everyone's like, "Oh, so edgy." Like, who cares?
No one said that, Joel.
No, a lot of people did say it was edgy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There were.
Maybe I have a better timeline than y'all. I didn't see that.
Well, timeline was haywire yesterday, so you know.
Why? What happened? I was out. Man. So someone being like, "Oh, you praising Seth?" I didn't praise Seth as much as I said he doesn't say the things that other people say in this case. In a blood feud, one guy's not saying, "I'm going to kill you." And it's not because he can't say it on WWE TV, because other people have said it on WWE TV. They've used the kill and it's stupid. This goes back to a conversation Scott Hall had with Wade Keller like 25 billion years ago, where he said it flat out. Scott was like, "Why would you say it if you can't do it?" And that's the point of wrestling. It's if you can't say, you can't do it. And SP3, I understand your comment about "I'm going to kill you on the basketball court." Like, it's used now more colloquially as like, "I'm going to beat you." But it's not seen that way in wrestling, where you hate somebody so much that you're going to push that boundary. You're saying, "I'm going to kill you on the court." You don't hate that person you're going up against. In wrestling, you're supposed to hate that person. And this is supposed to be a blood feud between Mark Briscoe and MJF. They hate each other. You're supposed to believe, not believe, let me say it properly. You're supposed to believe that these guys want to maim each other, but you can't say you're going to kill someone, because that's not going to be the outcome of the feud. You're beating them to move up in the ranks, or at least get over the blood feud and move along. These two hate each other. You can't kill them.
If in whatever the matchup is at All Out, he brings out gasoline and brings out a match and tries to kill him, he did in fact try to kill him. So he did follow through on what he's saying.
He never followed through because he never lit the match. He just threatened him like an edgelord because he hates his wife, according to promos.
He did in fact try to burn and pulled out the match for Hangman, though. He did try to kill somebody. He has in fact tried to kill somebody on national TV.
But he hasn't accomplished or tried, really, because all he did was pull out the match.
He did try. We literally just established that. Did you miss that angle? That was the whole point of the angle. He got stopped by like 12 different securities. He's like, let me do. He's like, I remember
He didn't
that.
drop the match. He didn't drop the match. He attempted. That's still
failed. Trying to kill somebody, Joel.
He failed.
But Joel, I literally proved you wrong, and you're literally just saying, "Well, no."
But he failed. He failed at the one thing he said he was going to do, because again, he's failed.
He got stopped.
Yeah, because he didn't drop the match in time, so he failed.
Because people care about Hangman's life.
Now you got to stop caring about people's lives. These people don't care about you. Care about your own life. Get outside. Have a good time with it.
MJF should murder someone. We do need more murder. in
Thank
wrestling.
you. If you're gonna do it, at least do it right.
He did try with Hangman Page.
Tried
He-
one time.
He did fail, but this is why I said Hangman should have called his bluff with Mark Briscoe. Be like, all right, let's see if security, if they didn't stop you from burning me, let's see if you would have actually done it. Now you got your chance. Burn Mark Briscoe. Go for it. Call his bluff.
Listen, I cover the company that actually does murder people. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're gonna do it, follow up, follow through. Let the match drop to the ground and burn the person. None of this 20 people like them, so they're gonna pull them away. No. Do it right. Drop the match. Light the fuse. Do it like the Young Bucks do. Because they used the old
Bucks
team
do.
for
Oh,
that was kind of
okay.
the segue that we were getting into. Yeah. Hey, did you see that we're doing another I love you, SP3. You know, so we're doing another multi-person tag match on Collision.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guys did it for money on Wednesday, so the women got to do it for money on Saturday.
And Tony's shelling. He's getting about $1 million over the course of like
$1
3
million
days.
in 1 week.
Yeah.
1 week. This is
We gotta-
insane.
We gotta
He's
update-
feeling good after the Jags win. He's like, fuck it. Let's give away all this money.
we
Beat the
gotta up
Panthers. and
money. We gotta update the how much money Tony's giving away.
it's insane now.
Someone's gotta ask Tony about this when he comes to do his garden. We gotta ask him about giving away like $17 million in wrestling purses.
This is how WWE wins. He's like, Tony's just gonna keep giving away money on free TV or on TV like this. Well, they'll be out of business very soon if this is how he's gonna spend his money. He's paying the wrestlers. What is wrong with this man?
Oh, how dare he! All right, guys, I gotta pop off because I have therapy right now, and it's the good
God
therapy,
bless.
not the ones that you don't pay for. Guys, appreciate y'all. Be back tomorrow, and we'll
That's
talk more about it.
unfortunate.
You can talk shit about me later, but love y'all.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye, Joel. Cover TNA tonight. Coward.
I might take the night off. Anyway, bye.
Cowardly. Joel's a coward. It's very funny how mad he gets over people not killing each other, but saying they're gonna kill each other.
I just love when I prove him wrong, and he just has this shit-eating grin on his face, and I just have to be like, I just have to get quiet because there's 3 of us. Are just all right.
They should do more murder though. They honestly should. Somebody's saying like, oh, who was it? I want to make sure I get the comment correct here. In a company that sets people on fire, injects syringes, uses real glass, words is where we cross the line. You're kind of proving the point here is like, they're not afraid to do this stuff. So if you're going to say, I'm going to kill you, go out and kill somebody. That's all. That's what I'm asking. Anyway.
We just need a character that they introduce strictly for MJF to kill.
That would actually be a
I
fantastic
agree.
bit.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where we're at. This is the levels that AEW has forced us to go, and we are now requesting at this point. We need
Yeah.
murder in the first degree. If you
Bring
would be so
out like a fake Mystico and just kill off the fake Mystico. Then you prove it.
Kill off the fake Mystico.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous stuff.
Volov saying if he's giving away in cash, I have to assume he's doing money laundering. Fair. Tony's got a car wash that we don't
Seems
know
legit.
about.
Tony is working overtime right now. He's doing all the side jobs. You got the side hustle. You got 2 or 3 of those.
What if I accused Tony of circumventing the wrestling cap by paying wrestlers in this way? Hold on.
Are you gonna tweet it out?
Yeah. I'm gonna quote tweet.
he's like yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna quote tweet his the new $500,000 match. Tony has been giving. Oh wait. Within, what is this, 4 days? Oh, wait, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days. In 4 days, Tony will have given away $1 million in 2 matches. This feels like cap circumvention. He's
gonna hit you up and be like, that sounds like a serious accusation.
That are not part of wrestler salaries.
What is wrong with this guy?
I should say, please investigate Pablo Torre. Should I tag Pablo Torre?
You should.
Tony's gonna get mad at me. He's gonna be like, "Can you delete?"
Like, this is awesome because he's gonna be pissed.
And Tony's gonna message me like, "Can you delete that tweet? I don't need Pablo Torre actually investigating this."
That's awesome. Do it.
All right, I'm gonna tag Pablo Torre.
Please do it.
I gotta make sure I get the. What was Pablo Torre? I thought he was verified. Is he not?
I guess not.
Pablo Torre. Is it? It's that. Oh, is it just? Okay, I did have the right one. I guess. Should I wait? Is it Pablo Torre finds out? Is that who I need to tag, or no? The actual Pablo Torre. All right. Make sure I was getting the right one. That's all. All right. All right. Within 4 days, Tony will have given away $1 million in 2 matches that are not part of wrestler salaries. This feels like cap circumvention. Please investigate. All right.
Tony's gonna be so pissed at you. So much for Tony's garden.
I know, I'm gonna ruin any chance we had of getting him on the show.
It's been a nice ride. It's gonna get our whole,
I don't know if Tony has a sense of
get
humor.
our own shit canceled. He's gonna get our own shit canceled. He's gonna go over our head to Sean and Jimmy. Be like, these guys don't deserve to be on this show. These guys are trying to ruin your reputation.
I'm not going to tag Pablo Torre. I'm going to be a coward and not tag. I'll admit cowardice on this.
Oh,
I'm still going to do the tweet. Yeah.
He thought twice about it, y'all.
Yeah. I'm going to be a coward. I'm going to still do the tweet, but I will be a coward and not tag Pablo Torre. I don't want that kind of smoke.
You know what? I think it's fair. It's fair to be a coward. You were going too far, I guess.
All right. I did tweet Tony's giving away $1 million. This feels like cap circumvention.
I should get a pop. I
hope he replies and it's just like there's no salary cap in wrestling.
No salary cap in pro wrestling. Leave me the hell alone. Oh, man.
There should be a salary cap. It'd be amazing if there was a salary cap in wrestling. Actually, it would be terrible because they'd put the cap at like $1 million and all these wrestlers would get underpaid. So never mind. We don't need a salary cap.
Yeah. On second thought, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, well, I'll find out Nick Khan's burner real quick and see who likes this tweet.
It's gonna be something silly like no con here, no con here 457.
We love Tony. Tony might actually, if he's actually mad about it, which I don't think he will be, he might just message me directly, be like, "Hey, can we not do this?
Can we not go down this route, please?"
I'll invite him on the show again and be like, Tony, come on the show and defend your actions.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I'm on the show.
Speak for yourself, Tony. Speak for yourself. Come defend yourself, Tony.
Yeah, WWE loves the salary cap idea. They would 100% love it. Tony'd be paying the luxury tax on this thing.
Yeah.
But then he lose
1000%.
draft picks. You know, he's a multiple tax
Yeah.
offender, so then he loses draft picks and everything. So, what's Nick Khan's burner account?
What is Nick Khan's burner account? I would love to know that.
I don't think Nick Khan's like that online, honestly.
Nah, he's really not. He's very rarely online.
Could you
If
imagine
he's
if-
online, it's for a purpose, pretty much.
Could you imagine if we did ITW finds out? That sounds like a lot of work that I don't feel like doing.
Ooh. We do like investigations and stuff.
We
Get to
do,
the
you know,
bottom
we
of
do
stuff.
our like fake investigations on this show that lead to
Yeah.
real findings. But like actual stuff of consequence, like Pablo Torre does, that would be tough. That one would be tough.
Yeah. That's too much work for us.
Yeah.
We already do enough work, man. We get it.
What else happened on Dynamite? FTR threatened to beat up fans again. All right.
That was so weird. That whole segment was really weird to me. I don't know about all of y'all, but I was like, what was the point of all this? And it feels like Philadelphia should not be the crowd. You should be daring to come out and punch y'all or fight y'all. Like the two crowds I would not do that for is Philadelphia and New York City. I think that's just asking for trouble. Just me?
I mean, can any of those fans fight though?
Yes, those Philly fans, yes, they can. That man, you noticed that Dax and Cash didn't say that crap to FedEx dude from last week. FedEx dude know how to fight.
That fan was a legit troll. Like they got in his face of. Like that fan was a real, like it was a real troll. I don't know. The fans aren't going to do anything. Here we go. Joel gets mad about people, you know, saying they're going to murder people, and it never actually happened. That's what I'm going to get mad about. If you're going to threaten to fight a fan, fight some fans. Just welcome them into the ring. Have them sign a waiver.
Beat the hell out of them.
And let them fight. They got to sign a waiver. We don't need, you know, we don't need incidents going on. We don't need a police called out here. But if these fans are willing to get in the ring and fight, let them fight.
Yeah.
Let them go out there.
Yeah, I just didn't think that segment was as good as the last couple of weeks. I thought they've kept it simple, but it's been effective with the build up to the Cope and Christian matchup. But this week just felt like it was an off week in regards to the build.
I don't know what fighting fans accomplishes.
I don't know either. It was quite strange. Like, if we're being on, like, I would have like if you don't have Cope and Christian in the building, okay, cool. Do another angle. Like, you did such a good angle last week with the brawl, and then the after brawl with them power driving Jordan Oliver and laying out Adam Priest. I would have liked something maybe to set up the Priest and Billington rematch on Collision, or something involving someone from Cope and Christian's past. Like, it's ECW Arena. Why didn't they invite out Rhino and be like, well, Rhino, so who's the best tag team of all time? I know you're not going to say your friends, Cope and Christian, because they left you behind so many different times. And like, they can do their usual stick where they try to interview someone, but they always answer for them. And they could do that with Rhino until Rhino decides to gore one of them. And then they still get the comeuppance, or they still get the better of him in the end because it's 2-on-1. So
Yeah,
I would have liked something like that.
He can gore Stokely. I don't need him.
No, I did. I wanted to stay away from that because he's taken too many moves as of late, spears and unprettier.
I mean, Stokely's got to get. You can't. I don't think you can get a gore on one of the FTR. I like your idea of getting Rhino and burying Edge and Christian through Rhino. I had a thought. I don't think it would have worked, but it's just something that popped into my head. What if they came out like dressed all goofy, like Edge and Christian did? And it was like, and they did the whole 5-second pose bit, and then they, you know, took off the goofy glasses and all that stuff and like smashed it. And just be like, this is what you guys built your career on, bunch of comedy bullshit, while we're over here. Like, you set tag team wrestling back with all of your nonsense. You know, when they asked us to do that, you're the reason we had to shave each other's backs because you set the bar with this comedy bullshit that you did. We wanted to bring prestige to tag team wrestling. And that's what we're going to do it all out. I think something like that could have worked. I like your idea better, mind you, but
See, this is why
if you didn't have Rhino.
This is our creative meetings, basically, because I can come up with something from your idea where they come out, because the whole premise, the whole thing, the way it started out is because they did like a by the numbers video package for CNC versus FTR for All Out, and because of the numbers and because of how long they've been in the business, CNC outnumbered them quite a bit when it came to total championships. And he was like, they could come out, you have Dax and Cash be like, yeah, we're known as 10-time world champions, but we've made our own personal video package for what we are most remembered for, and it could be highlights of all their great matches, Bullet Club Gold, the Young Bucks, all the great matches they had in AEW, the Briscoes matches from 2022. And then he was like, now we also brought something to tell y'all what what Cope and Christian are most remembered for as a tag team. Are you ready? And they point to the Tron again, but then they pull out kazoos.
Okay. There we go.
They just play the kazoo, and they're like, this is what they will be remembered for when we finish their career at All Out. And they just play the kazoo together, and then that they'll still get the massive amount of heat. I don't need them to try to play like Timu cosplay, but Dudley Boys. That's how last night came off. It came off like they were trying very hard to be the Dudley Boys in ECW Arena.
That's the meanest thing anyone's ever said about FTR. Dax is going to find this and block you.
I know.
Because you just called him Timu Bully Ray. Shit.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I told ya. I don't always love everything from AEW. I wasn't feeling that segment last night. I was like, okay, what was the point?
Yeah. Why are you trying to fight fans? Knock it off. Do something productive with your time.
No. So we came up with 3 different better ideas than what we got last night. That didn't involve Coper Christian. So
Riho and Alex Windsor beat Emi Sakura and Mercedes Moné. I'm going to give Riho the benefit of the doubt that she has not wrestled in a while. Because, man, my Riho stocks went down after last night. I was like, no. Riho. What happened? What happened here? Please.
I hope this is just like the first match ring.
It's been a while. This is her first match
year and
in
a half.
what? Yeah.
Year and a half. So
she needs reps, She needs reps. Now, if she had this match in Mexico on CMLL, she'd be off television for another year.
Apparently, yeah, she'd be off for a while.
Instead, she's getting a title shot. I'm pulling for you, Riho. I think the match against Mercedes will be good, but this was not.
I'm hoping so, because I watched her performance last night. I was like, damn, they're gonna do this. They're gonna do this to Mercedes 2 years in a row. Let her have bad matches with Joshi wrestlers. God damn.
Yeah, this does not inspire a lot of confidence, but I'm hoping. Hopefully, she wrestles again next week. Get another match under her belt, and get some in-ring time there. Yeah. Because not wrestling she hasn't wrestled since July of last year, so not wrestling for that long. And you're probably gonna be a little bit rusty. Yeah, you're probably gonna be a little bit rusty. But
give it a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'm pulling for you, Riho. I'm pulling for you. Shelton Benjamin proved that Hurt Syndicate is willing to take losses by losing to Ricochet. Do you think Shelton...
The only thing that they're ever trying to prove is that they will actually lose.
Do you think Shelton was like, yeah, I'll take this loss? Because that means you can't pin me at the pay-per-view because you don't want to make me look like a loser. And Bobby and MVP ain't taking this loss, so guess who's winning at the pay-per-view, boys?
It's all me, y'all. Guess who's taking this win? I gotta take this win. Like, honestly, watching this matchup, the only thing I can really think of is one, this match had no business being this good. It was really good matchup between Shelton and Ricochet. And I think I had forgotten how good Shelton was when he first came to AEW, but he proved that once again that he is really still really damn good in the ring, and he had a really strong matchup with Ricochet here. But I also was like, mind started moving. I think it was Shelton Benjamin. This whole time, everybody's been like, oh, maybe the storyline was actually a shoot. That maybe it was Bobby Lashley who didn't want MJF in the Hurt Syndicate. Because, the report said it was someone not named MVP that didn't want to. Maybe it was Shelton. Shelton actually makes more sense. Because why would I want to be... I'm already in this group where basically by default, I'm the third member of this 3-man group. Because Bobby Lashley is the main eventer, MVP is the mouthpiece. Now, why would I want to go from that to being the fourth guy in a fourth group? A group that's supposed to be full of black guys and a white guy is above me in the group. I don't want him in this group. I'll just say, I'll go to Tony. I'll tell him P. I'll tell him Bobby. I don't want MVP in the group. Can you take him out the group? He don't need to be in the group. I think it was Shelton.
MJF, not MVP.
Oh, MVP. MJF. I think Shelton is the one who asked for MJF to not be in.
That's a big. This needs to be the ITW finds out here is who got MJF kicked out.
That's what yes, you're absolutely right. That's what we really need to investigate. We need to figure out who was behind kicking MJF out of the Hurt Syndicate, because no one's gonna hold on to this. We're the only people that will keep thinking about this for the rest of the year. No one else will. Everybody else will just forget, be like, oh yeah, I remember that, sure, but we're gonna remember.
See, they're gonna kayfabe anytime like you get try to get an answer from these people. Like you're gonna get a kayfabe answer on them. Like MJF kayfabes all his interviews, so Lashley might. MVP, he'll probably kayfabe a little bit. Shelton, I don't know. Shelton could be hit and miss on it.
I think Shelton will tell the truth.
You
ain't want him in the group, right? That's what I'm gonna ask him. You ain't want him in the group, right?
Just flat out, just be like, you didn't want him. You didn't want him there, right?
You didn't
lead him into the answer.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a leading question. You ain't want MJF in the group, right?
So when MJF joined, you basically became the fourth person in the group and the fourth talker and the fourth wrestler, or the third wrestler. MVP doesn't really wrestle, but you became the third wrestler and the fourth talker in the group. You didn't really want him in that group, did you?
Exactly. I'm saying this verbatim to him.
Yeah, let's get Shelton on the show to
Or you know who we really got to ask this question to about Shelton kicking MJF out of the Hurt Syndicate? Need to go to Meechin. Meechin will get to the bottom of this.
Oh, yeah. Well, Meechin will confirm it's Shelton, so yeah. We're just going to prove our theory correct.
She'll be like, yeah, of course. Yes, of course. I don't even need to give her a leading question. She's going to be like, yeah, definitely. Definitely. It was definitely Shelton. Of course. I agree.
Yeah. If she can just bury Shelton, that's who she's gonna bury. It's like who do you think kicked out MJF of the Hurt Syndicate? Shelton, Lashley, or MVP? It's like Shelton. It's definitely Shelton. 100%. He did
Shelton.
Yeah, maybe it was. Because he didn't even save MJF. Lashley,
no.
He had our Pornhub exclusive segment when he put him up against the wall. And everything. Yeah. But then the next week, Shelton was like, nah, there ain't no saving you at this point, brother. Like, I just can't do it anymore. Maybe it was Shelton.
Just let him go out into the cold. And that was the week that MVP and Bobby wasn't there. So he could have saved MJF then.
Yeah.
Shameful.
All right, I'm on board with this theory.
I think we got into
the
the bottom of this.
the street fight in Philly, you big dumb bitch, with Tony Storm and Sky Blue. They used mouse traps, which I assume was a shot at the picketing people outside. That's the only way I can take it. I said someone needs to like stab the rat so it like deflates. That someone needed to do that during this residency, and no one did. But we did get mouse traps, so I feel like this was their
Cheese.
call. With cheese, yes, with cheese. And then Tony Storm was out there looking like Sandman because she knighted Sandman. Sandman knighted her before the event, and Tony Storm ended up winning. There were staples put in not safe places.
They put staples. She stapled her vagina close. No one's getting in there. Juice is like, "What's up? I'm trying to get. What's happening?" Stapled her in the butt cheeks. Stapled her butt cheeks together. Stapled her tits. She got nipple rings, but they're staples instead. This was awesome. This match had no business being as this was an absolute blast. I thought that the last night show had like 3 really strong matches, and this was part of it because like Sky Blue, she always puts her body on the line and really goes all out and has her better matches with these plunder style hardcore matches. But this had to be her best singles match. This was her best, definitely her best performance since she came back from injury, but it might be her best singles match, period.
I can't name you too many like standout Sky Blue singles matches. So yeah, I mean the bar wasn't exactly high, but she easily cleared it. She easily cleared it though. It was a great performance by Sky Blue. She's very good in these style of matches, and Tony Storm is Tony Storm. So
yeah, like the post match putting over the 4-way, which I do find interesting heading into All Out, because I could see Statlander winning the title at All Out.
Really? I don't love Tony losing the title in a 4-way. Me
either. But it's in wrestling terms or Booker's terms, it's this is the best way to protect her.
Hey, you don't need to protect her. Just have her lose.
No.
It's fine.
I don't think you need to protect her either, but I can see them doing that. But I can see Statlander winning because I could see the Death Riders, her officially joining the Death Riders at the pay-per-view, and they help her win the title.
All right. Even if Tony takes the pin, I just don't love it in a 4-way. The champion that she is, the people that she's beaten, like whoever beats Tony, it should feel like a big moment. It should be built up to a big moment. And losing the title in a 4-way doesn't feel like it's a big moment. So, and I don't love it. And look, Tony Storm might win. Tony Storm might pin Thekla or Hayter. It's very possible. And then they do Tony and Statlander in a one-on-one match. We shall see on that. Okada is defending the unified title at All Out in a 3-way match against Takeshita and Beast Mortos. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could tell that, but you looked at the bracket. When they announced the bracket, I was like, man, this is the most obvious matchup that I've ever seen. It's Takeshita versus Bowens. Takeshita wins. Okada versus Oku. Oku never wins. And Beast Mortos versus Masquerada Dorada. Only one of these people work for AEW. So yeah, it's pretty clear who's gonna come out of all of this.
I think Masquerada Dorada's losing to Beast Mortos. That's the only one that
I could see him
kind of. Yeah, that's the only one that's a little bit more split. Okada's not losing, and Takeshi's not losing. So that one's a little more split. Yeah, you also know who's losing it All Out as well. Because
Beast Mortos.
they ain't doing that one. What the other matches too for the title? There's only 3 matches in this little tournament.
It's
barely
more
a tournament.
qualifying matches than
Yeah.
an actual tournament. I hate when people use the term tournament for something that's really just qualifying for the final.
Yeah. Is it a tournament if it's only technically like 2 rounds? Because that's all this is.
I don't consider that. I just don't. I never will.
That's fair. Like I have a tough time considering something that's 2 rounds to be a tournament. It's like, your tournament kind of sucks if it's only 2 rounds. But
You
Tony
didn't have
loves his
enough people for a
brackets.
tournament.
Yeah, Tony loves.
But you're
his
just gonna
brackets.
call it a tournament.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they're calling it a tournament. Like we know what they're calling it. But again, it's 2 rounds. You win the first round, you're in the finals. And the finals is a 3-way. It's not even like it's a tournament where you get like, a one-on-one mano a mano settlement here. The finals is a 3-way battle. They should do that.
The final without being pinned.
Yeah, they should do that in the NBA. Imagine if like the NCAA the NCAA tournament March Madness, the finals is just a 3-way. I don't know how you
They
do
should
that.
do a round. They should do a round robin. Round robin playoffs
For the March Madness
for the NBA. For the
Oh.
NBA.
I mean, isn't that what the NBA Cup is? That's round robin. The prestigious NBA
You're right.
Cup.
The prestigious, the even more prestigious than the actual playoffs is the NBA Club. I agree.
Yeah, you win the NBA Cup and you lose in the first round. That's how it goes.
Hey, even trade. Even trade.
Is it?
If you ask me.
Are the Bucks gonna hang a banner for winning the NBA Cup?
They
Like the
should.
Lakers did. Or did they? Did they hang a banner? I forgot. I feel like they
Oh, the
did, and we all
Lakers?
made fun of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You tried to make fun of me, but you can't make fun of me.
No, the Bucks. We made fun of the Bucks as well for hanging a banner.
Well, the Bucks
They
deserve
did-
to be made fun
they
of.
did hang a
'cause it's
banner,
only
right?
The second banner. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
only
Milwaukee
their
Bucks
second
NBA Cup banner. Because wasn't it like super basic? And we were all like, "What
You
the
basic
hell?"
bitch.
Yeah, it just says NBA Cup Champions 2024. There's no like logo. It's base. It's like Times Roman font. It's just the most basic ass font. Yeah, I remember we
He
made fun
said
of the
Times
Bucks.
Roman. I have not heard that since like computer science in like 6th grade.
Yeah, they're stupid ass NBA Cup banner. It sucks.
You fake champions. Only the first NBA Cup counts.
The NBA Cup's dumb.
I agree. No,
It's dumb.
the first one mattered. The first one was the real one that mattered.
Yeah,
Anything after that, it doesn't matter as much.
okay.
Yeah.
Anything else from Dynamite?
We pretty much talked about everything from the show. Trying to think if there was anything else. No. Good episode. I'm waiting to see if they can stick to landing on the build to All Out. But for right now, I would say that the All Out build has been better than the Forbidden Door build.
That's fair. I think the Forbidden Door build was weird for a number of reasons, but I think it was weird because we expect New Japan talent for Forbidden Door, and there just wasn't any New Japan talents on Forbidden Door or talent from just any other companies, and like we had very limited CMLL and Stardom talent on the show as well. So yeah, it was.
But the reason why I'm saying tentatively it's better than Forbidden Door is because I thought Forbidden Door had a good build going into it with 1 week left, and then the Go Home show ruined most of the stuff that I liked. So for now, yeah, I would say it's slightly better than the Forbidden Door build, and then they can stick the landing next week where I can be like, this is by far better than the Forbidden Door build if they have a good Go Home show.
How's Darby gonna come back from getting the shit kicked out? Darby doesn't have any friends. Swerve's out, Osprey's out. Who's gonna help Darby?
That should be interesting. I mean, the ops, obviously. Maybe that is what Hook was referring to as well. Hook saying that he's not going to be alone or might not be alone. Maybe he's going to be the one who backs up Darby since he was the one that tried to come out to help him last week. Or maybe it's Orange Cassidy, the man who originally was standing by Darby's side against the Death Riders.
I mean, I'm all for Orange Cassidy. He rules, so I'd love to get Orange Cassidy back in there. Hook, yeah, possibly. Going after the Death Riders. We gotta have a conversation about Daniel Garcia and whether or not he's Kevin Durant. Is he a little bitch for initially wanting to stand up to the Death Riders, but then failing, losing twice to Moxley, and then being like, all right, I'm just gonna join the Death Riders?
I would say he's more of Charles Barkley in 1996.
Okay.
He's not Kevin Durant because they already have won the championship and he's going to them after the championship to get success. That's more Charles Barkley. Barkley saw them win in 94 and 95. He lost to them in 95 and then they went on to win the championship and then he joins them the next year. Houston.
Yeah, I know. But he joined them. He joined Houston later on. He was old in Houston.
It was 96.
He didn't join Houston in 96.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No. Charles Barkley's a bitch, too.
That's wild. Out of nowhere, you just came at Charles like that. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, he's bitch made as well then.
He's like, I didn't realize this whole time. Charles Barkley is more of a bitch than Kevin Durant. At least the Warriors didn't win the championship before he came.
He joined in 96, 97. So the Bulls won the title 95, 96. So it wasn't Houston winning the title there.
Oh, yeah.
It's similar to the Warriors. I mean, the Warriors won the title the year before in 2015, lost in 2016, and then joined in 2016. And Barkley, before he joined the Rockets, he lost to the Spurs in the first round. His last year in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
He lost to the Spurs.
Yeah,
they did lose
David
to
Robinson series where he averaged like 30, I think.
They did lose to the Rockets in 7 and 94, 95. Mm-hmm. And that's when the Rockets did go on to win the title. So, all right. Barkley's still a bigger bitch than I thought he was, but Barkley. I'm still going with Kevin Durant.
No, Kazuchika Okada is Kevin Durant. He's the Kevin Durant of the Golden State Don Callis family.
I mean that they didn't win a bunch of titles before him though. Don Callis family wasn't like winning a bunch of titles and then Okada joined. Okada kind of brought the titles to them.
They just had a stacked lineup and then he joined the team when he didn't really need to.
Do you think I can get Daniel Garcia to delete one of his tweets if I? They always tag the wrestlers. Hold on, let me quote tweet one of these Daniel Garcia, joined up with.
Where they tagged the wrestler.
Yeah. The Death Riders pulled. Oh, they didn't tag Garcia. Cowardly. Why not?
They didn't want to get in trouble. They didn't want to get in trouble with him. They scared of Garcia. Oh, that's wild. It's kind of wild. How they scared of Garcia like that?
Yeah, Garcia is All right, hold on. All right, this is the one that I want to quote tweet. All right, is quote tweeting the Danny No tweet with Kevin Durant ass move.
Charles Barkley.
Nah. I kind of like Charles Barkley. He is bitch made, but I kind of like him. I don't like Kevin Durant.
Oh, see, we got to the bottom of it. That's why you were giving me pushback because you really.
Oh,
he's not on Twitter.
Danny's not on Twitter anymore. I mean, that's fair. He just delete deletes a bunch of tweets. So I do like Garcia. Garcia likes hoops too, so it'd actually be
he's
fun to
cool
have
in
on the
that
show
book.
just to talk basketball, but that probably never happen.
Who's
All right,
his team?
I have no idea who Daniel Garcia roots for. I assume the Knicks. He's from New
Buffalo.
York area. He's from Buffalo, so I assume just the Knicks. Nobody roots for the Knicks.
Only act because people from upstate New York are weird. They couldn't like any of these teams. I've heard people from upstate New York who like Boston, so that's weird.
All right, what time is it? SP3.
Check my Palm Pilot. It looks like it's time for the C-suite. The C-suite. It's time for the C-suite. The C-suite. It's time for the C-suite. The C-suite. It's time for the C-suite, where we watch C-level WWE shows in the C-suite. Let's talk about WWE Evolve last night. We had some singles action in the women's division. Carly Bright picking up a victory over Layla Diggs. Big win for Carly Bright, bouncing back after her last loss to Wendy Chu. Kendall Gray was in her corner. She wanted to cut a promo post-match and was about to call out Wendy Chu when she was interrupted by Callie Armstrong after she said that she was going to be next in line for a shot at the WWE Evolve Women's Championship. Callie Armstrong got in her face and basically was like, don't be calling out my name because I'm different. I'm different from everybody else. Looked like a brawl was going to start, but a brawl already started with Ridge Holland and Tate Wilder. So Stevie Turner comes out, makes that the next matchup. Ridge Holland gets the win because Tate Wilder is a bigger loser than Ridge Holland. Somehow, some way. I don't know how, but somehow, some way that happened. Then the main event, it was all about the Evolve Men's Championship. You had Heartbreak Drake, the Carolina Reaper, Jackson Drake, the Evolve Men's Champion, defending against Keanu Carver and Brooks Jensen. And because of the most loyal member of the Vanity Project, put your two fingers up in the chat. Dum 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 dum. Bryce Donovan came out, made the save for Jackson Drake, helped him out, threw Keanu Carver into the ring post, helped him blast Brooks Jensen in the face with a punch, and then helped him get the win with the unaliving to retain the Evolve Men's Championship. We shall see what happens with the Vanity Project now, because Bryce Donovan had kind of been on the outs, but he might have gotten good favor with helping Jackson Drake retain the title last night. Then you had WWE LFG. LFG, this was the final week of the regular season, Jeremy. It's all a wrap from here on out. It's all playoff season starting next week, baby. Let's do it. It's playoff season. This week, we actually got points for people not on Team McCool or Team Taker. I know, I'm shocked too. So shocking. Xena Sterling was in action, and Xena did her thing. She was in there, I believe, with Serena Linton. So she did her thing. She looked good. She finally got her first points of the season. So she's finally motivated at the right time. She needed to get those last few points before going into the playoffs. So now she's got some momentum heading into next week, where they start off with the women, where it'll be Team Undertaker against one another, Team Booker against one another, Team McCool against one another, and Team Bully against one another. And then over on the men's side of the ledger, I'm trying to remember because I'm drawing a blank on who actually got the points. I think it was Trill London. I'm gonna say Trill London. I'm gonna say Trill Hardy got the win, got the points this week for Team McCool, because Team McCool got a dominating lead on the rest of the field. Kind of cheating, if we're being honest, because like Undertaker just keeps giving her points. He wanted to make sure she wasn't going to be in last place like Mickey was last year. He was like, nah, we're going to make sure you're going to be on the next season of LFG. If you're last place, you get cut from the whole entire show. Sorry, Bubba. Yeah, it's not looking good for you. Not looking good for you and Booker. You and Booker are riding the pine when it comes to that LFG leaderboard. But yeah, that was LFG. These shows are very easy to explain because it's mostly just the matches now, which is kind of lame. I want more of like the reality stuff and the interacting with the coaches. I'd rather that type of stuff than just showing me the matches. Why do I want to watch matches? I watch Evolve. I don't need to watch just matches. You need to give me some story, something I can sink my teeth into. Oh no, it was actually that was last week. Yeah, last week. Hayes Jameson, she did good again. She was good once again. She was in action on this show and she did really good once again. She's got a lot of personality and she works the heel role very well. So she's been one of the standouts in regard to the newer people on the show. But that's where we're at. LFG heading into the playoffs starting next Sunday. And that was the C-suite.
Is it just 2 rounds in the playoffs?
It is 1 round where you're going against your teammate on the team to decide who from the team is going to represent for the boys and the girls. So they'll do next week is the girls going against their teammates. Then the week after is the boys going against their teammates. Then it's down to the final 4 the week after that. And then that decides the final. So we got 4 more weeks of LFG.
So the groundhog saw his shadow.
Well, something like that. I don't know what the hell just happened. My phone
Siri
was recording. Yeah, I think Siri was recording me and then tried to answer me like.
I tried to send it as like a text or something. All I heard was like your text is difficult.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Why is this on? I don't know if LFG has been renewed for season 3 yet, but season 2, it wasn't renewed for season 2 until like the last few episodes of season 1.
We do have a super chat as the boo-boos are coming after you, SP3. We have a super chat from Volub who says, Vanilla Fumble.
I'm vanilla, baby.
Is what we call the WWE when they don't use the phrase. And the WWE every season is Riyadh season. They're going to start using that.
Riyadh season.
Riyadh season. They're going to start using that at some point. Get ready, folks. Get ready for Riyadh. Like, just all the time. When WWE just moves their entire organization.
Every show, every PLE from Saudi Arabia.
I mean, everybody thought Saudi was going to buy the WWE when those rumors were circulating.
I remember that, yeah.
Now they're getting as close to it as possible without buying it, honestly. So,
yeah.
It feels like... Now they got the Slim Jim logo on the tables. They got the Slim Jim tables. They got the Fireball ladders. Riyadh logo's like in the center of the mat. It's watch Raw. That's the center
bigger
mat
than
logo.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. That is the center mat logo, everybody. So he'll just keep seeing stuff. You'll keep seeing stuff.
Maybelline didn't pay enough money if they can only get center mat on NXT.
Poor Maybelline.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Riyadh.
Maybe it's Riyadh.
Fair enough, Henry, that you don't watch Raw. But if you watched Raw, you would see that the Riyadh season is giant there, right in the middle of the mat. There. All right, folks. We're going to get out of here. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us long today. Thank you to Tara Callaway for joining us as well. Everyone can go to jeffcannonball.com and donate to the GoFundMe, bid up for some big items on auction. And Cody Rhodes donated his robe from Bad Blood 2024. That was in Georgia where he teamed with Roman Reigns. That's when The Rock came back. Remember that? Yeah, the robe from that event you can bid on. Darby Allin donated shoes from his climb to Mount Everest. Megan Bain donated a head gimmick. What do you call those things?
Crown.
Head crown. Yeah, head crown. Joey Janela donated some tights. Ava and Joe Gacy donated signed Schism masks. And Brody King and Danhausen donated mystery boxes, which could be a boat. You never know what's in those mystery boxes. SP3 is getting a phone call right now. SP3.
That's not me. That's actually someone in another room. That's how loud your
phone is. That's a loud ass phone. Somebody needs to answer that.
But yes, you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be live in less than 20 minutes with Jimmy Macarim on AE Ramble reviewing last night's AEW Dynamite. So if you like difference of opinions and people who don't like AEW, check us out because Jimmy Macarim is that 100% of the time. So check that out. I'll be back live on Saturday for the True Hill Heat flagship podcast at 10:05 a.m. Eastern time. It will be myself, Top Guy JJ, Miss Chrissy Love, and the True Draw Josh. And then I'll be live on the Fightful main channel on Saturday evening following Collision, where I start my residency with Collision while Cresta takes her break, her sabbatical. I'll be the Collision post show will be on residency at SP3.
Good on her for taking a sabbatical. We should all do that. And we should also all.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
Get your dick popping on, everybody.
Man.
Talk to everybody tomorrow. Joel and I will be back. No episode of The Spotlight tonight. I have prior obligations. Joel will see if he's a coward and reviews TNA. Everyone bully Joel to review TNA tonight so we don't have to talk about it on the show tomorrow, okay? Because if he does not review TNA tonight, you know that's all he's going to want to talk about tomorrow's show.
But they got Freddie Got Fingered on the main channel.
Yeah, that's fine. So we can review TNA on this
and
channel.
I didn't get my invite from Sean. I didn't get my invite for Freddie Got Fingered review. I'm a Tom Green enthusiast.
Bully Joel to do the TNA review tonight. Otherwise, you guys are going to have to put up with TNA talk tomorrow. You can ignore the review tonight. I don't care. Don't ignore our show tomorrow. But while you're watching our show tomorrow, you're going to get more TNA because Joel's going to want to talk about it. So, bully him, everyone. Bully Joel.
I'm going to pop my dick, man.
Hashtag no TNA on ITW. Use the hashtag no TNA on ITW. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Pop that dick.